One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com, and I know that I don't really have any subscribers or viewers or whatever you want to call it on this channel, and so I basically don't have much going on here. But Jesse was able to get on this call and signed in. Actually, me and him both signed in twice somehow, easily. And we weren't able to get Tony on. Tony's just having a time and a half with it. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and just start streaming about whatever and kind of go from there. Wish I had somebody here with me, for sure. You have to give me a second to get situated. And other than that, check out, oh goodness, what do you want to check out? PrivateLabelHerbals.com. Awesome stuff on there. And you can also check out CannedSoup.com. And definitely check out Livewire Ergogenics. Lots of stuff on Livewire Ergogenics. And they make quite a few products. And you can actually order the products directly from their site. Nothing like feeling like everybody left you by yourself here. I mean, like really by yourself. They just took off. Well, actually, one of them never got here. I have a Gurkha Warlord. I'm seeing it backwards. I've heard these are a really good cigar. I'll tell you what, it's huge. Get to the chopper! And all that good stuff. So, I got a Gurkha Warlord. Man, I want a picture of that Gurkha Warlord. That's all there is to it. Can't be not having a picture of my Gurkha Warlord. That's a Gurkha Warlord moment. So we're going to have a live stream here, and hopefully in the next few minutes, Jesse's able to get Tony in this live stream. I think Tony's VCR is blinking. That's what the problem is here. Let's see here. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so that is the deal. If there is any other questions, I'm going to put a Instagram picture up right now. If you haven't subscribed on Instagram, definitely do that. And if you have a headset, or if you don't, we'll even try it if you don't. If there's no echo, it don't really matter. But you can join into this call, send you an invite. I actually got to check on YouTube. I don't know how the comments and different things work in this, being that it is a live stream done through Google, streamed to YouTube. So definitely was interesting to set up. And it's very, very easy to get on once you know how this is actually going. But up until that point, Tony commented. Let's see, Tony. He can see it. So that's good. I better answer him and tell him I can see him, or something to that effect. I'm going to go over a package I just got here in a minute, but I want to get my Gurkha Warlord opened up. That's all I know. Let's see if he showed up yet. Check that out. No, nobody showed up. Just left me. Yeehaw. One thing about these live streams is it's easy to do a live stream. I can live stream on YouTube like that. To do a hangout is a whole different thing, and the person on the other end has to be able to figure out how to get in the hangout. And Google has made it like 3 to 5 layers deep, where it's really hard to get in these hangouts. It really, really is. Some people more than others, it seems. Like, me and Jesse had a problem with it for a while. And I decided not to put these on my regular channel because of stuff just like this. I'm dependent on the schedule of other people. When I do a live stream, I'm ready a long time before time. I've been doing this. I'm working on the internet all day long. And other people definitely have to come to their place of business or come to their house or come to wherever they're going to do the live stream from, and they got the schedule. I don't have the kids to have worried about and everything, so that's definitely nice. But I definitely want to be here when it's ready, and everybody was here, man. Everybody was here. We just couldn't get Tony on. So it's been 8 minutes past. Hopefully they'll either get him or they won't, I guess. I'm going to make sure this is streaming on YouTube. And it is. And it is totally different on the YouTube side from the Google side. That is interesting how that works. Pretty cool, though. If there's any questions or any topics or anything that anybody wants to bring up or talk about, definitely feel free to throw them out there, because I'm a little lacking right now since I'm the only one that's here. And what we were going to talk about was stuff with a few of us. So I'm going to actually try to sign in somewhere else here, see what all's going on. And do it to it. I just got nothing to talk about except my Gurkha warlord. Okay, get that lit up and going to it. I just got my package. Ooh, buddy. That's an icy mint. Yuck, I'm smoking. You know, yeah. It's like a menthol cigar. Chocolate. Now I can do that while I smoke. And now I'll tell you what. They got these shiny foil-colored bags, which are cool on the other ones, but on the chocolate, they want the paper. Kind of cool. And there's a little tin in here they got now, and all that good stuff, and the 7-day probiotic. So, I'm going to check back on comments here in a minute after I get this cigar lit, and I'd like to hear from some people. Answer some questions. I got the biggest cigar I've had in months. It should be pretty good. It actually cut really nicely. I've got a nice humidor now. In fact, go to Cigars International if you've never been there. $29.95. You can get 10 top shelf. In fact, this is one of them, I think. 10 top shelf cigars. I mean, in San Diego, this is a $12, $15 cigar. They got a 67% tax here. Uh-oh. Who could this be? Hopefully it is Tony. Why would he be texting? No, hopefully it's not, because that would mean that he's not on. Okay. Let's get this thing going on. We got to talk about something. I'm going to check the YouTube. Let's see if anybody's made some comment that needs some type of response. I've actually been streaming for about, I don't know, we'll find out in a minute, 9 minutes. No questions, and I don't think I have any in the G+. And we're just going to wait around a little bit here for Tony. Just totally amazing. I don't know if Jesse's able to get him in a regular call. Well, time to light the gherkin. I wish I had the big, but I don't. This is a huge cigar. He's ready to do some talking. A lot harder to light. Okay, so regular stuff, stock stuff, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to do some regular live streams over here. I'm going to have to call Tony pretty quick and just say, hey, dude, what do you want to do? I mean, I can't keep just saying nothing here, for sure. That's not going to work. And unless anybody has any questions non-Livewire related, I'm not really going to keep the call going very long. Okay, that's that. I'm just going to give him a couple minutes, and then if he wants to do a phone interview or something, that's fine. But I can't just keep doing shows and being like, oh, hey, here we are with Tony, and then Tony never shows up, and Tony can't figure out how to get on. This should have been done beforehand, and he should have had his stuff set up with someone else. I don't know what to do. So, and I'm getting frustrated with it, 100% frustrated with it. I can't do every part of it. It's just amazing. Set it up, do it all, and then train you to use it. No, I don't think so. So this can be the topic for us right now. Come on now. I'm going to tell him straight up. I'm not going to last much longer here. No invite for him. You know, I don't know how many times I'm supposed to invite the guy. We are going to do it again. Dink. Did it again. We shall see. You know, I should be talking here. We cannot wait anymore. I mean, it's just, this is ridiculous. It's 16 minutes. If there's any questions on YouTube or anything, Kevin, I hope you do get to come back or something later. We'll see. Maybe this thing will start cranking along in a minute or something. Looking pretty doubtful, though. I mean, really. Hey, I hear somebody. Is that Tony? Could that be Tony?
Hello. I finally got an invite.
Dude, you've got all kinds of invites. You're just Mr. No Setting Man. Yeah, you did. I got proof of the thing here. You got an apple. What you got? You got a fucking apple problem.
Oh,
Cannot wait anymore.
I'm on. I'm on.
You are on. We are stoked. That's awesome.
That's cool.
I was getting pretty frustrated, dude. I'm sitting here talking, going, "Oh God, it's got to work. I just got to close this down because I didn't have nothing to talk about." And start cranking on.
Oh, we got plenty to talk about.
But I know with you guys here.
I was laughing my ass off because I had you playing in the background and I couldn't watch. I couldn't talk.
That's the worst too, when you can hear when you can know everything's going on, you can't get in.
Listen, I'm pretty sure I heard Tony say Nathan was an asshole.
Invite.
And he didn't send an invite.
Yeah, I got proof of the thing here. You got an apple. What you got? You got a fucking apple. Somebody's gonna have to mute their background thing there unless it's me.
I'm on.
You are on. We are stoked. That's awesome.
I gotta turn off.
Hey, I was getting pretty frustrated, dude. I'm sitting here talking, going, "Oh God, Tony, did your VCR blink? Come on, dude. What to talk about?" And start cranking on.
Oh, we got plenty to talk about.
But I know with you guys here.
I was laughing my ass off because I had you playing in the back.
There we go. Tony, by the time we're done here, you are going to be like a tech warrior, dude.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Good. Yeah, I can hear you, dude.
This is some funny shit now. Hey, I got everything shut off but this one hangout now, so I should be good.
Dude, I'll tell you, it gets to be pretty... They make it so many layers deep. It shouldn't be like this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I got a very important question. Did everybody plug in their laptop?
Yeah, no joke, huh? Yeah, I did. Okay, well, finally we got everybody here, and that means the next ones will be just as easy. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of throw it out there that we're going to run this here show a little bit different than what you might think. We're not just going to... We didn't bring Tony here just to line him up and shoot. Tony's actually here for a different reason than to play defense. He's actually here. We're going to actually talk about some other things and some things that are going on with market, with different stocks that people see and people have questions on, and I see questions on, and I even want to know on some things, and anything you want to know. If you've got just general questions, we're going to kind of do that for a while. And even me and Jesse were on here doing one yesterday talking about the elevator beating and the fire at Six Flags. So anything kind of general. And then as we get towards the end and kind of get past a couple of things, Tony is he's said he's more than happy to answer a bunch of questions and kind of talk about a couple of things that people wanted to know more related to the Livewire Apple Rush thing. And Jesse here is going to just give us the plaid picture because he got made fun of being in his underwear last time, so we just get his profile pic there.
Can you see the ocean?
I am...
Yeah. Well, I can see a dark blob.
Oh, you can't see the ocean? I can't tell. I'm just sitting down.
Oh, I seen him looking for somebody out there. You better help.
No, I don't give a shit.
Well, cool. So, Jesse, take it away.
Well, I mean, I think we've kind of got to address the big thing today, and yesterday, really. Today is 9/11, and I think a little bit more importantly than that, because that's, in my opinion, at least a little bit overplayed. We had the president on TV yesterday talking about ISIS and trying to defend the country and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I think that's kind of an important thing going on. And I know everybody's got their sides and they're Republican or Democrat or they don't watch TV and don't care about politics. But you got to kind of give a little bit of credit to the guys that are out there fighting for our freedoms.
Well, I seen the ISIS guys in brand new Toyotas. I know that. I seen that on AOL. They had a big line of brand new Toyotas with their flags on the back and everything. Like, wow.
Yeah, I'm not a big politic guy in the public forum, so I agree that we need to never forget what happened on 9/11. But beyond that, I'm glad it's not happening here on our soil right now.
Yeah, I think we need to never forget and forget. It's just like it is overplayed sometimes. Everybody just wants to post to be on it. But yeah, that's definitely true. Politics are a fun issue, that's for sure. But
Yeah, I mean, it's not even politics. It's just, our country and, what's going on, because at some point it's a lot more than just the politics of it that's going on.
oh yeah, it plays against the stock market. It pulls everything down.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, this Ukraine-Russia thing, you can see one day the stock market's fine, and then the next day they're overreacting to that.
Yeah, that's some serious stuff over there too. I mean, they don't seem to be as out of control as the ISIS people, but that's pretty crazy. Europe stuff is usually a little bit more cultured or something, it seems. I don't know. Well, that's it. Tony ain't got no social things.
I just don't know where I'm at with that whole thing. Like I said, it's a political football
give
kind
us a different thing. Give us a different thing.
Well, what's the topics that you had on here? You wanted to talk about a few different things in the stock market, and
yeah, we're kind of worried about.
I'm a former stockbroker. I might be able to answer a few questions if you have something specific.
Well, yeah, that is why we had you on, but you kind of used up the regular time. I've got regular subscribers and just regular stuff to talk about too. We weren't kind of blasting right into stocks, but
I got you.
Go ahead and take it away. That's a good one. We'll just go with and let's come back to something. If there's any regular kind of stuff, we'll just mix it up all in between. We ain't got no format, but we put weed in Washington. Why don't you tell us something about weed in Washington, Tony?
Weed in Washington. It appears that there's going to be an opportunity here in the future with the government maybe relaxing the rules. Might be good, might be bad, right? Weed in Washington. I think they smoke more weed there than they do anywhere anyways. Don't you?
No, I think people in California and Netherlands would take big disagreement with that. I think it's awesome. I
didn't inhale, remember?
Who didn't? Bill? I think Obama did, though. That's something I heard.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
That's what I heard.
You know what, Jesse?
I don't think you can say that.
Can't say what?
That Obama did inhale.
Well, I thought that's what he said on his big old public thing. I guess not. I guess that's bad to say.
Just got to be careful where we go.
No, not really. That's another thing. There you go. We can talk about that. We could go right into why some stocks don't talk about nothing. I mean, there's definitely a few things we could hit up on that end, but if you're just going to shy away from everything that comes up, Tony.
No. I'll answer. You want to know why we don't say some things? I'll answer.
Why you want to say some things on what? Go ahead.
Livewire. There's a lot of things that Livewire or Apple Rush are working on, and part of the reason why we don't say anything is because if we say something, sometimes we get crucified. If we say something and then it doesn't come out exactly or it doesn't occur exactly how it was planned, we get crucified.
If you sit all day and you don't shit, somebody else beats on the door and needs to come in and do their hair, though.
You're funny. You're funny.
I'm funny, but I'm a realist, and it's the truth.
It may be the truth.
Things both ways.
It may be the truth, but here's the situation we're in. With this Chinese deal, I'll give you the long, the short part of the answer. The right thing that we should have done, in my opinion, would have been to not make a press release, but file the 8K private with the SEC with no public information in it, because the negotiations and the project, the people involved in the project being exposed, leave the potential for other people to get involved in other nefarious ways. Okay? So, sometimes when you negotiate, you don't want to necessarily let everybody know 100% what is going on, just because it could get messed up by somebody else. So we did the other thing, though, and said, hey, let's put a press release out, let people know what it is, and we took a beating because of it, because we didn't 8K it. But 8K would have been more privatized, you know, there's a special 8K that we could have filed that didn't disclose it to any of the public, but it did to the SEC.
Yeah, but it's nothing really big anyway. It's just, hey, we're dealing with these people. We're working out a deal with some people, right? It's not really nothing more than saying that anyways. I mean, does it really matter which way you say it?
Well, the problem is that when you talk about it in public and you put the names of the people that are involved out there, that lets people with a little bit of detective capability to go out and potentially, if they wanted to become bad actors, go out there and get in the middle of the transaction, potentially. Right? So
Well,
you don't want to disclose any more than you have to disclose.
if you guys ain't got it tied up at that point, yeah, I guess it could be. I guess it just depends on where you are with the deal. Truth of the matter is, if you didn't have to disclose nothing and you didn't have anybody busting at your ass to disclose stuff, that'd be the best way. That's how my business works. Somebody wants to know something, I mean, I ain't got no duty to tell them about nothing. This definitely would be the best way for you guys, but it's not that way.
Well, the public, unfortunately, the public says, hey, you guys need to put out some news for us. You got to tell us what's going on. You have to, you know, keep us up to date with your daily breathing. You know, they want to know when I take a shit in the morning, and, you know, I mean, that's just the way it feels sometimes, and that's not the way business ultimately has to be. You know, yeah, we want to be a little bit more proactive, I think, in some areas, and we're working on those. However, I can't manufacture news. I'm not going to put out news unless there's news to really put out.
You create an issue where there's no issue. Well, nobody's asking for that, for sure. There's nobody asking for that. What do you think about all this, Jesse? You're just sitting there quiet.
I was just going to say, isn't it just as bad, if not, you know, illegal to put out news if there isn't news?
If there's not news, but I mean, every day we are working on something. I mean, I spend literally probably 9-10 hours of talk time on the phone every day of the week, and in that amount of time, I can make all kinds of announcements of things I'm working on, right? I could disclose who we're talking to if I chose to. I could disclose a lot of different things and give people an idea that I'm working. But I don't feel I have to justify to anybody what I do with my time, provided that I'm advancing the company forward.
The problem I think a lot of stockholders really care about is nobody really gives a shit what you do with your time. It's important, but Bill's been out of the picture for a long time. He don't show up or come to and we have heard that he'd come to a live stream. We haven't had any words from him and he's not involved in the day-to-day the way you are, it seems, and he doesn't make himself known to be. Maybe he is, whatever. You know, a person in the whole world that would know that because it's non-existent, and he's got a yes man doing his job, which is you, and that's the way a lot of people feel about it.
Well, I've talked to him, and I think that maybe next week we'll get him on the live stream, because
I think it'd be awesome.
He would like to. I told him that maybe not this week because the first one went off bad, and we want to make sure that we have it more dialed in and it's working so that it appears more professional. And
I'll tell you what, if we start tomorrow, we could probably have one and get him working by about the 23rd or so, I believe. I think we could do that for sure.
You're funny. I would say I think that we should plan for next week on Thursday again.
Thursday's good.
You know, I think that
maybe we need to check with him, or do you have an okay on that already?
You know, if I schedule it, you know, I mean, yeah, I'll check with him to confirm it. But you know, I'm thinking. Today is Thursday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. The next day's Saturday, and then let's see. The day after that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I think Thursday of next week will be perfect for me, and because my wife works a 4-on, 4-off schedule, and I just have to make sure that she's not home while I do the video, or I'll be in trouble.
Jeez, dude. Now that's TMI. We don't need to be known that the CEO of any companies under this umbrella is on a leash there. That's, my goodness. Tim.
And everybody was giving me shit for not wearing pants the other day.
Yeah, no joke. Where's the apron at, bud? I put in the announcement, market manipulation, and not the female type. You know.
You know, I wear the pants in the family. She just happens to tell me which ones they are. You know.
Jeez.
No, not really. I just have to respect her time because, you know, she works 4 nights in a row, and we don't have those 4 nights where we even communicate at all. So
What time do you have dinner ready?
What?
What time are you supposed to have dinner ready? I mean, did you already get that done, or are you going to get busted right now?
No, she goes to work at 7 o'clock. 6.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
It's pretty funny.
I try really hard.
Now let's talk about market manipulation. You brought it up, you know, and there's a lot of market manipulation that goes on. The people that are in the trading rooms at the market.
Hang on one sec. Hold that thought. Hold, just please. Jesse, you're just so damn quiet that I know you had something about this yesterday, and this is more of a general question with market manipulation. Blah, blah, blah. And Tony is the one to answer on this. But Jesse noticed something yesterday, and I'd like Jesse to give us a prelude into this with what he noticed on the LVVV stock.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen it on APRU before too, and I think it is purely market manipulation, and the market makers just, you know, making a ton of money off of us because they can. The trading yesterday for a while, you know, there were some buys, there were some sells, nothing really major happened, and it sat between 2 and 2-1 for most of the day, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a whole bunch of action, and you know, somebody tipped me off to go look at the time and sales to see what was going on, and you know, don't you know it, they brought it down, you know, to 1.6, and then there was a huge buy of 470,000 shares or so at 0.19, I believe it went through. So it seems like they were manipulating it. They were shorting it all day. They pushed it down, covered, so you're not going to have to worry about being short overnight. And you know, they just made a ton of money because there wasn't any buying pressure. It was just sort of sitting there all day. And I know that when I bought my APRU shares, the same thing happened. I bought at the ask, and then shortly after I bought, it filled in, came back down, and they filled right underneath me. So they covered right away. So I bought and they covered. It was obviously shorted. So the market makers are doing this.
It seems to a lot, and I know me and Tony have talked about it before on other stocks and this. And Tony, dude, tell us what's up with that, man.
All right. What happens in the OTC market, in my opinion, is this: market makers have the ability to do what's called stack orders. Okay, so they get orders come in, and they get 10,000 shares on the buy with a limit. 10,000 shares at market, 10,000 shares at, you know, whatever, okay? 10,000 shares at the offer, 10,000, you know, 20,000 shares. And then they get a stack of sells. And they could be at the bid, they could be at the offer as well. Then what they do is they match those orders together and they execute them. So you'll see what's called double stamping sometimes. You'll see where sometimes the volume during the day is actually reported as twice what it is. Okay?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
And it's all pure manipulation. When you watch an uptick or a downtick, if you see a 50-share trade and it's an uptick, you can count on the fact that the market maker is going to short the next transaction to whoever's trying to buy. Okay? Because they have to short on an uptick. If you see transactions going straight to the bid, you'll see that same thing happen where you could see an uptick, a short transaction on the buy side, and a short transaction straight to the sell side, and they shorted both transactions, one at a little higher price, one at a lower price. It's all pure manipulation. I've put orders in on stocks and watched them not execute, and watched them execute trades higher and lower than my pricing, okay, and I never got executed. So I know that they manipulate the system so they're making money. They could care less about you as a shareholder or me as a shareholder.
Oh, yeah.
So they're there to make money. It's technically illegal, but you have to prove it. And it's really, really hard to prove. So the best scenario, the best case thing, if somebody wants to fight off the shorts, the way that I would fight off shorts is this. I'm trying to invest $10,000 in a stock. Doesn't matter what it is, okay? I would take and put half of my buy order in at the offer, and then I'd put a bid for the other half of my offer above and make myself the highest bidder. Now I'm blocking from a market maker shorting. If they short to me, I get a special price on the bid side, and if they sell to me at the high side and they fill my other half of my order, then it's going to take the price up. Then all of a sudden you're going to see a market maker move a bid higher than your bid after they've filled half your order. Now you have to move your bid above their bid and hit the offer again. Market makers will quit shorting if traders start trading in that method, because they recognize that as real investors, not people that are not really like holders or anything like that. So you have to kind of stagger step it all the way up. You can go the other direction. They can force you down. I've watched literally where 10, 15, 20 trades in a row will all be buys, and they'll all be below the ask and look like a sell transaction. Changing momentum in a stock. I see it all the time. And they play that game because they're allowed, even if you put in your order, let's say you're putting in an order that offers 2 cents, and you put in an order to buy at 2 cents, and they fill you at 1.95. They did it for a reason, because they're trying to make the stock go down. That's a buy that looks like a sell. Okay? So it's commonplace. It's known, well known, and you know, the people out there that play the game in the brokerage community, they know it, but they don't care. They can make money on the up and the down pressure of every trade.
Jesse, can you see the screen now? Mine?
Yes.
It's hard to get used to here on Google Plus, where I'm also thinking of what they're going to see in the rebroadcast, and so I've got to kind of click this, or if I'm out of it and I don't have it screen share, so it won't work, it'll go with whoever's talking. It's confusing. Point of this stuff is, for everybody who's watching, I'm getting lots of comments like, how do I get in here? How do I join? Etc. And it's over and over. It's not just one person, and it's not an easy deal. And I really don't know what to do, except go to this link, and there should be a start or something button here to watch it. And if you wanted to join, you can ask, and we'll send an invite. I did send an invite to everybody. Tony's, for some reason, Jesse, do you guys have any idea why you think he wasn't getting it?
I don't know. All of a sudden, you know, everything was done right, and we switched him from Chrome back to Safari, and then when you sent that invite, it did come through. So
Must have changed.
I don't know what the issue was.
Maybe you had to sign in or something. That's kind of weird. But so everybody out there, I mean, you got to have your. It's so many layers deep. It's pathetic. You got to have your circles open and you can hang out with open, and it's on and on. Tony, you got a question? I mean, not Tony. You're asking Tony. Reagan, you got a question? I think actually this might be it. I'll just read this out loud. Apple government, they are adding a system file or hardware to their. Police will be able to dedicate all Apple cell phones, video, and picture taking within a certain radius. Microsoft response is to make one to stop the shield. Go, Mike. Yeah, that's a good thing. See, the Apple's all in your head there, Tony. There are so many corrupt copies of this tool to stop us from showing what really happened. That is interesting. Did you know about Apple, Jesse?
You know, I saw that the iPhone 6 was announced, and they've got the regular one and the Plus, which is like 5.5-inch screen. Listen, I'm not an Apple guy. The MacBooks are beautiful, but they're crazy expensive, and I'm an Android phone guy. I want to get the Galaxy Note 4 when it comes out next month. But, you know, I don't doubt that they would do something like that. I don't know. I think there's an advantage to having the phones there for everybody to, you know, get video of whatever's happening.
Everything you can do, I can do better on my iPhone.
No, dude, I'll tell you what, everything I can do, it takes you another couple days to figure out how to do. Oh, good times, good times. I'll tell you, if it's into cops carrying cameras, I would love to see every cop have to carry a body cam. I know they had a test here in San Diego
Well,
and other places. That would be awesome.
they're starting to do that, but you know what? I know a lot of people who are or families who have cops in there, and you know, I know that there's probably stuff that goes on that shouldn't, but maybe sometimes that's needed.
You know, I have a really good friend
I
that
believe
works
that.
for Secret Service, right? And he works for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office as well, but he's a Secret Service guy. And I asked him, I said, hey, what is the deal with, you know, I'm sitting at the stoplight and a cop pulls up next to me, flashes his lights on, goes through the stoplight, turns them off, and never goes anywhere because I follow him. I said, that's an abuse of power. You know, and he's like, no, that's okay. We can do that. That's what we have those lights for a reason, so we can do that kind of stuff. And that's the problem with police in our country. They think that they're above the law, which causes many of these other things that go on where they beat the people or whatever the case is, and a lot of it gets videotaped because they forget that they're regular citizens. They think that they're above everybody else.
They think they're Steven Seagal and that they're above the law.
That's right.
Nobody even remembers that movie nowadays anymore, probably besides us.
Yeah, exactly. We're the only ones old enough to know about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure there's a couple more things besides market manipulation and stuff.
Buy and hold, buy and hold,
Actually,
buy and hold.
I just reread. What did you say? What did you say?
Buy and hold, buy and hold.
What are we buying?
Whatever. I don't care what it is. Buy and hold. Don't try to flip stocks. If you try to flip, most people lose.
If you try to flip, you lose. Well,
Most people. I mean, it's a true statistic. Way over half.
oh, if you're gonna be day trading and stuff, you gotta one tip. You gotta have that method, and you gotta follow it. You gotta do some. You gotta pay your dues to learn.
Oh yeah. You can lose $100 grand in a hurry doing it.
Well, I just reread Homeboy's question, and it says Apple is adding a system file to their cell phones that police will be able to deactivate all Apple cell phones video and picture taking within a certain radius. I just reread this. I can't believe that. Now that pisses me off that Apple would make something where the cops could deactivate video and pictures for a certain radius. Now that's bullshit. Sorry.
I agree with you, but it is what it is.
Now I'm going to write a letter to my senator. Where's Jason? If you're out there, you could write a letter to somebody about this. I know you write some beautiful letters. And dude, I'm telling you, man, that would be the thing to write a letter on because this is discouraging. This is not cool. And in fact, I would like to interview and do a show kind of like this and have you do Tony's type of thing, except for about your crowdfunding thing. I think that's some of the most interesting. I mean, everybody's got all kinds of things, and on the iHub thing, there's axes to grind everywhere. It's like a axe shop in there. But all that thing aside with everybody, I sure think that social funding thing and crowdfunding thing that Jason Combs is working on is pretty cool stuff.
I think that's cool too. I'd love to be involved in it. I think that it's a great opportunity. If it ever becomes truly legal, it could be kind of neat.
Oh, for sure. Well, Jesse, you want to throw something else out there that we can do here?
Well, I mean, touching on what Tony was saying a little while ago with the manipulation, you know, I've heard a lot about naked shorting, and, you know, you read it on the internet or on iHub, and, you know, you can only believe half of what you read on the internet. So, you know, what's the story behind that?
Let me answer that one. I know a couple years ago when I was buying Priceline.com, I was naked, and I shorted it. And does that qualify for me as being a naked shorter?
Not really.
No.
Oh, damn it! I thought I was in the in crowd there.
I'll try to explain that a little bit. Again, naked shorting in the United States, unless you have an offshore account or you work for a market maker, virtually impossible to short any stock under $5 in the United States.
Oh,
Anything,
so that never happens then. Oh, it's illegal. That means it never happens. I gotcha.
no, but they're trading in offshore accounts. There's a lot of people that are manipulating the American stock market through the Cayman Islands, through Europe, through Canada, through all kinds of places like that where you can.
So we're blaming Canada?
It's the Canadians. It's the Canadians. Come on, I've got a lot of Canadian subscribers. Don't be saying that.
No, but I've got friends that have flown to Canada so they could play the game, and if you feel that you can push a stock down and you can short it when it's at a high point and nobody forces you to cover because you're not following the US security rules, you can make a lot of money if you short. If you can push the stock down. If it's limited volume, it's a lot easier than if it's, if we were trading 10 million shares a day, you wouldn't see a big short position more than likely because it would be really hard to control, But when you trade 200,000 this day and 500,000 and a million and then 200,000 again, it's easy to short and cover. It's easy to short and cover.
Well, I've got my calendar pulled up, and I guess I'm just kind of wondering here when you had time to go to Vancouver.
I didn't go to Vancouver. Heck, I don't even have a valid passport right now.
No passport? Oh man,
it's expired. No, it's expired.
Hey, where's the last place you used that at?
I used it in either Mexico or Thailand. I don't remember. Mexico, maybe.
You went to Thailand, huh?
Yeah. Thailand is the most beautiful country I've ever been to.
Did you feel safe there?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, he says.
Would I go back? I would move there in a minute.
You would move there?
I would move there. It's
with or without your wife?
With or without. I wouldn't either way. It is by far the most fun place I've been on vacation, and you could take $100,000 there and virtually live the rest of your life if you wanted to.
Wow. Interesting stuff. I know Thailand is definitely up and coming on that. I've got friends that have moved. I've got a missionary friend that's over there, and him and his family love it. And everybody's went from here to there, and it's not as third world as I thought it was, I guess. That's for sure.
You can eat, you go on the street vendors, you can buy, when we were there, you could buy a meal on the street for $1.
That's pigeon.
Yeah, I don't care what it is, it's food. I mean, I'm not necessarily picky, no, but a half a pineapple, when we were there, was 25 cents. A half a fresh pineapple.
Wow.
How can you go wrong? I mean, it's just insane how cheap it was to eat there. I don't think I ever paid, except for an American restaurant, I never paid more than $3 for my wife and I to eat a meal.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'd rather spend $20 for dinner and know where it came from.
Oh, dude, they're eating the food, and it's funny because we would sit down and they would bring us a plate of food, and they would take like a little soup cup and fill it with rice and put it on the plate, and it would look like a haystack, right? And then they'd fill your plate with the meat and the vegetables and everything. And they came to our table, and I said, "What's up? We don't have any rice, and we got all this meat." And that guy over there had a big pile of rice, as big as what our meat pile was, and just a little bit of meat. And they said, "He Chinese, he like rice. You American, you like meat." That's what they said.
So they know, huh? That's
funny. So that's how they treat Americans like you're a king. It's unbelievable.
Huh, cool. I know that a couple people I know have went there. Even some have gotten married there, and definitely an interesting country for sure. Well, naked shorting, I don't know if we, and by the way, if anybody wants to join in and join the live stream, let me know in the comments here. I'm going to recheck them right now, and I'd love to give you an invite. You should have already got one, and we'd love to figure out the rest of how to get other people on. I know the minute we hang up here, I'm going to try and call Tony and see if we can set one up and get him on it without going through this trouble again. Which is weird because the morning after, on Monday morning, we did it right away, Tony.
I know it worked fine, and I still think it has something to do with the fact that either I have to be on when you start it and then you do the invite. If you launch the browser and the invite's already there, or it doesn't work, maybe, I don't know. There might be some sort of a connection being made that you have to have the browser open when the invite comes. You know?
I would hope not. That seems like. I mean, because, yeah, I would hope not. We'll see. That's definitely, I'm glad it's nice to all be here talking.
I got an interesting comment here for you guys to see what you think about this one. This is from Regan. Again, he says he has friends who fly to Canada to get their prescriptions filled once per month, and it's still 80% cheaper, even with the airfare, than it is buying them in the home country. How crazy is that?
That's crazy. Real crazy.
I got a better solution. Don't take any drugs.
Well, he's not going there to get high, dude.
That's not what I said. What I said is if you need antibiotics, all right? Now I had a kidney stone and they gave me antibiotics. I didn't take the antibiotics. I drank cranberry juice, pure organic cranberry juice.
That's crazy, dude. I'm sorry, but this is like 2014. I can afford $8 for penicillin when I have a fucking kidney stone, dude. Come on.
No, absolutely not. Why kill your body? Why put poison in it if you don't have to?
Nah, dude, that's just... There's these guys out there with white coats and little stethoscopes, and they say it needs it.
They call it practicing medicine for a reason.
No, I believe that. And along with most of the lines, I'd agree, but come on, dude. Amoxicillin and stuff? I know when I get a bad tooth and I take some, it takes the infection away. I mean, a guy needs it. There's a reason why cowboys died when they were like 40, you know?
Okay, I'll tell you what. I've had a sore throat or a cold or whatever, right? And in the last 5 years, hang on, in the last 5 years, anytime I felt like I was getting sick, I took oil of oregano and I put it underneath my tongue 5 times a day, and not once have I had to take an antibiotic. It cures yourself of any of those ailments, and you can say it's horse whatever, but it is what it is. Oil of oregano is the cure-all if you're going to have any ear, nose, throat issues. I've not had an ear infection. I've not had strep throat.
Yeah, but it's not going to beat an infection you already have.
Yeah, it absolutely will.
Oh,
absolutely.
Come on, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to take oregano when I get a tooth infection.
Oil of oregano.
Let's get a dentist in here.
Oil of oregano.
All right, let's just say hypothetically here, Nathan hooks up with a crazy chick that he met out in Vegas.
That's called the bullhead clap.
That's called. So, like, seriously, somebody's got some kind of sexual disease, you're going to, like, tell them to take oregano.
I didn't say that. I got some other stuff for that.
Oh, you got that problem a lot, too, huh?
I knew you'd like that.
Yeah, and that's half the fun of this. These kind of hangouts and stuff, it's just light and stuff. It should be a fun thing, and I do think that there's some really cool questions out there and stuff, but it's just no fun if you're sitting here just banging on market manipulation all day. You know, you guys have got a great personality and stuff. I think it's awesome.
What questions do you have showing up there? Anything?
Yeah, I think so. You got any that you see, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm refreshing, and I'm on my really crappy laptop, so just taking a minute.
He's got a picture this time because everybody busted his balls about the shorts too much. He's like, I'm not even going to show myself.
Listen, I got a picture. It's just a bad camera. It's dark.
You know, the whole thing is that's the kind of thing. I think I seen somebody give me a hard time about a messy garage. You know what? That is not a messy garage. I'm sorry, but look at that organization
That's the
there.
House.
Huh?
I've seen that. That looks like the house.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it really a garage?
Yeah, in fact, there's Mercedes and stuff. Look at, I don't know if you can see Breeder. Breeder's out there laying on the I'm gonna have to go. I don't know if you can see her laying out in the dirt, just panting in the sun. But
That's fun. I'm sitting on the porch, so I'm sitting outside.
hey, Jesse's on here. Oh, and he left right when I plugged it. Did you see how slick that was? Jeez Louise. Well,
So is that Mercedes for sale?
Actually, my mom's, both of them that you just seen are the green one and my mom's. The green one's on my website. She's taken it from 40,000 miles up to about 83 or 84, and now she's complaining she wants another SUV. So Dad's kind of lifts that one.
You have a comment that Mr. Mike Albanese cannot join.
I'm trying to get him on here too right now. He has this. I'm just going to re-invite the whole circle again. The VIP. I know he's in that one.
Now, you invited somebody because it just popped up on my screen. It said Cannabis Strainer invited people to the video call. You just did it again. You just invited somebody else.
So they should be able to.
There's somebody.
Boom. Mike, what are you up to, man? Awesome. So was it hard for you to get on? It might take a minute for him to get on, actually. Now, Tony, do you know Mike? Have you ever met him?
Where is he from?
He's from up there. He's one of them guys up there by Jesse. He's from Jersey.
I don't think I met him then.
He does, in fact, that's his picture right there. He does whey protein, and he has nitric oxide and multivitamin and creatine, a couple other things. But he has his own company doing that, and great products, but also a lot of fun time. Me and Jesse actually talked to him. We had a couple-hour thing a couple nights ago. You on yet, Mike? Nope. We'll see, though. Okay. Well, Jesse, what about Benner? Andrew Benner.
Andrew, I thought it was Will Benner.
Well, what was that?
I thought it was Will Benner.
No, different Benner.
This is
different. More Benners, huh?
Yeah, one's a B-I-N-N-E-R and there's a B-E-N-N-E-R.
Oh, Benner. If it's an E, it's got to be a E, not a I.
Jeez, dude, now I don't even know that stuff. That's above my head.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah. So, Mike, are you in here?
So when did you shave?
Well, I didn't really shave. I kind of shaved.
Well, you trimmed it.
There you go. I trimmed it. It was about I don't know. It's been a ongoing thing. I wasn't into it, so it was little by little by little. I kept taking it down, and I don't know. Actually, the only reason I love having the beard and everything, the only reason I had to shave is because it just gets me in a mode of I don't care about how I look, and I don't care how grungy I get. And I get really grungy doing cars, and man, I'll just walk around all grungy and stuff, and then I won't go to the gym, and I don't care if I eat right. So I don't know. I had to clean it up a little bit.
You won't care if you shower, I suppose, or any of that stuff, right?
Oh man, everybody's got to have a shower once every couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow.
Hey Jesse, are you still here? See, we lost Jesse and.
No, you didn't lose Jesse. Jesse's still here.
Jesse likes to do that to me. He'd be like, okay, what about Mike? We don't have him, I don't think.
Yeah, kick him out.
He just wanted to be here for his picture. Okay, well, Jesse, have you got any other questions you found on there? Or?
Let me take a look again real quick.
My last one was Mike's.
I'm checking the YouTube stream right now. Let me just refresh. There's 9 people.
Jesse.
There's 9 people watching us.
I will say something. Anybody that goes out there and joins and buys a Livewire 1-month subscription to any product, right? we will send them a nice little coupon code that they can pass out, and it'll work as an affiliate code. And we'll be making an announcement as to what that really is real soon. But if you join the 1-month program and get a refill of whatever it is, whether it's probiotics or whether it's Livewire Energy Chews or Canna Rush or any of that kind of stuff, we will, in your package, send you a coupon code that you can share with all of your friends, and they will be able to get a discount, and you will be able to earn some income from it.
I'll kind
That
of
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I was going to recap for the hell of it.
You were going to what?
I was going to recap. In fact, I will. I'll recap that for the hell of it. So get on the Livewire Energy website, and like you said, order a reoccurring thing of anything. And anything, right?
Yep, anything.
And that's going to be a monthly type deal, and you're going to get a coupon code. Hey, we got Mike. Hang on, Mike. And you're going to have a coupon code, and that coupon code is going to allow you to share that code with your friends, your coworkers, your family, whoever, and you're going to get a certain percentage that they will get off of the product just by going to the Livewire Energy website, entering that code in there, and at the same time you'll be able to make a little something off of it. And is that correct, Tony?
Absolutely, and it'll be it'll be more than a little something. It'll be worth your effort.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. I'm glad you guys are getting that going, and I know that they're supposed to have I know Tony was saying he'd have a announcement thing, and I know look to Facebook for all their stuff. They've been putting a lot of announcements on that new Livewire Ergogenics page, and definitely something I'm looking forward to is getting that coupon code stuff going. I know Jesse's got a coupon code, so if you go,
I got two things for you there, Nathan. I want to throw something in on that. I mean, so Tony's offering everybody a percentage back when they, give their coupon code to their friends. Well, if they got friends like Ryan on Facebook who would buy a CBD product, I mean, even if you get 20% back on a $150 thing of CBD chews, that's a pretty penny you're getting back.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like $30, right?
It's only $30. I mean,
it'll be neat to see it on an actual. You guys get a web page together to where we can actually show people and they can see it and see them numbers out there. That's going to be neat. It's a neat thing.
Yeah,
what are you up to, Mike?
We're working out the details.
Cool stuff. You can hear us and see us, and we can hear you, Mike.
Yep. I'd like to say that affiliate program sounds awesome and very, very familiar.
Yeah, cool stuff, man. Who's that? Who's that over on the side there? Hey, Judy, how you doing?
I feel sick in my stomach.
Oh no, that's not good.
Working hard.
Mike, where do you live in Jersey?
In Roxbury.
Where the heck is that?
Northwest.
Okay.
Is that where the twins came from? Them two guys that were there for a night at the Roxbury?
No, afraid not. That would have been pretty awesome.
That would have been awesome. Well, anything you got to say, Mike, that you could add to this conversation? We're going to have a couple more things before we wrap it up and stuff, but we got a fresh guy here, and you had some cool stuff to add the other night. I guess I'd just like to ask you what's on your mind.
I was tuned in for Tony's thing on the holistic healing, and I got to say, there's something to it, man, because I haven't touched medication in quite a while, and I would have thought it was all BS before, but I gotta say I'm a believer. I did juices for quite a while, just juicing and all the whole veganistic thing, and I've had stomach issues for years, and that just cured it right up when surgeries and medicine and none of that could fix it. But I tried doing some veganism stuff and some juices. Believe it or not, it sounds cool. It healed me right up.
That's cool stuff.
I agree. I mean, my daughter's a gymnast. If you guys go online and type in Tegan Torgerud on YouTube, you'll see all her videos. But she's on basically organic diet to stay small because the more poisons that they use in the animals to make them grow fast, that translates right to your body and it makes you grow. And
So you're stunting her growth.
she's a little bitty thing, and on purpose, because she's a gymnast. You know, she has to stay small to stay competitive.
And people give me a hard time for breeding miniature beagles. Come on, dude. This is genetic manipulation at its best.
No, it's not.
It sure is.
No, genetic manipulation is feeding them all the hormones that we put in all the stuff. That's genetic manipulation. She's just eating all natural, non-hormone enhanced products.
Give me
All
the
organic.
hormone. I take the hormones. Hormones and add a bunch of saccharin to it with about 1,500 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm all good.
I can't even believe they make that stuff anymore. They didn't make that for like 10 years, didn't they?
Yeah, they got sued because they said it killed people.
Yeah, and now they bring it back and you're drinking it. That's like worse than battery acid.
No, man. They came up with some big lie that saccharin killed you and like saccharin was bad for you, and then so they replaced it with sweet, NutraSweet and all that other crap. It's all the same shit, and they finally found it out and they let them come back out. Tab tastes silky. Tab is nice. Tab's got a little bit more caffeine. Tab's the premium stuff.
Tab's the generic name. Give me a break.
Generic name my ass. Tab was the first besides Diet Right. Jeez, don't get me worked up on Tab. I don't even get a commission, and I push this stuff.
Tab is junk. That stuff tastes like.
Hey,
It's like. Hey, wait now.
as old as you are, you don't even remember how Tab tastes.
You drink? Hey, do you drink beer?
Not really that much.
Okay. Did you when you were younger?
Oh, I'll drink a beer, and I've had beer. Yeah. What are you talking here?
Hey, but did you ever drink Blatz?
Did I drink blacks?
Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, Blatz beer, you know, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know,
No, dude, that's like some local brewery up there where you go and they don't know your name.
It was made by G. Heileman Brewing Company when they were the 4th largest brewer in the world. All right?
Wow.
And but that beer was the bottom of what the premium beer came out of. That was what was on the bottom of the barrel when they got done. They created another brand and you know, made it.
I get your association you're trying to go with here, but you're backwards because Diet Coke was the spinoff, not Tab.
I didn't say it was a spin-off. I said it was the leftover.
Well, how could it be the leftover if Coke didn't exist before Tab? Tab was first. Tab was first, so there could be no leftover. They had to come up with something to make with the leftover. That'd be Diet Coke.
That could be. That might be true. But now when they recreated it, what they did is they siphon off the good stuff, and whatever's left over, they call that Tab.
You know, I wonder, you're coming up on the end of it, and you're bringing up a whole other question because I wonder if, like, sometimes people that sell cocaine ask their customers if Pepsi's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow.
Well, we'll let Mike get back on this. See, put him right on the spot and say, "What's up, Mike?"
So, Mike, what do you
What's up,
think
Mike?
about Tab?
I don't know. Maybe it's for the people who don't really have that good of taste anymore due to a bunch of cigars and all that every night. So they probably can't taste it as well. I mean, you probably don't know what you're putting in your body.
He can't taste anything anymore.
Jeez, this is like, you know, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm all good with that.
Hey, saccharin kills your taste buds, I hear, right?
I missed that. You cut it out a little bit.
Said saccharin kills your taste buds, right?
I don't think so.
You wouldn't know, would you?
Well, I do know, actually. I would know because, like, well, I'm not going to get into it. It gets a little vulgar.
You guys are too much.
You guys are too much. Jeez, everybody that's like beat up on Nate and I could have got the eject button out here.
Yeah, hey, go ahead. You know, eject me. That means I can go spend time downstairs, right?
Hey, if you're ready to go, dude, hit the road, Jack, and don't let the door slap you. Oh, you got a slider there. Yeah, I mean,
We have French doors, dude.
It took you 20 minutes to get him in. It's going to take you a half hour to eject him.
actually, I don't know how he'd learn. I don't know if he knows how to sign off. He'll probably just be on here tomorrow when we wake up.
I might be.
Hey, go ahead.
I've been accused of that before.
Well, I know when I left the other day and I closed my computer and everything and went home, I went home, opened it up, and started working, and 20 minutes later, there was one of my subscribers from Netherlands, and she's sitting there in front of her computer, and we're on a live thing. Amazing. Good thing I was dressed.
That's funny.
Well, Jesse, what do you think about? I don't think that we've got any questions or anything that have came in.
I mean, we can start making up questions.
Oh yeah, that's let's go. I mean, we could go right to the headlines and just go, or we could just like start making. On Livewire, I don't know what other kind of questions we've got. You got any kind of other questions?
Livewire question, huh?
And by the way, the guy on Reagan here, he really thinks that Tony's issue is being in different browsers, and I don't know if that's true, but maybe read up on that, what he wrote in there on the G Plus invite page. He might have a point. I just don't see how it could be that way, but you never know with this. This is many levels deep where we are on this.
Well, I figured if it was a Google product, it should work in the Google Chrome browser.
You would think so.
That's why I was doing it, but I couldn't get it to work. I switched to a Safari, which it works fine. I don't know.
Man, all we care about is works. You could be an Internet Explorer, and we'd be okay with that.
Internet Explorer?
Yeah, that.
No thanks. That's a Windows product.
I'll tell you what, it used to be cool.
Yeah, years ago. Years ago.
I usually use Firefox or Chrome for the most part.
I like Firefox. I like Opera. Have you ever used the Opera browser?
No, that's one thing. I have not used Opera. Opera and Safari I haven't used.
Opera's pretty good. It's very low overhead on your system.
Low overhead? What are you talking about? How much do they charge?
It doesn't take a lot of system resources to run.
Wait a minute,
Gotcha.
Mike's our tech guy. Mike's the designated tech guy here. What's the story? What's the best browser?
I stopped using Opera because it wanted to update every 5 days, and that was pretty annoying. So I switched to Chrome. I like it. It's still better.
But did you like Opera outside of having to update it?
I guess. I mean, it's not as good as Chrome. I mean, it's kind of like a wannabe Chrome, a cross between maybe IE and Chrome.
Yeah, but Chrome wasn't even thought of when Opera was started.
Well, yeah, but I was still using Netscape back in the days, Netscape Navigator.
Oh,
He
God,
said
that
Netscape.
goes a ways back. You know, Mark Andreessen, he's from Wisconsin, where we're from, you know.
You said Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Are you sure you're not from Minnesota?
I actually lived in Minnesota before I moved to Florida.
Minnesota.
Minnesota? Yeah. Yeah, hey there.
We get that in Montana a lot too. They say it's a northwestern accent, and you do hear it some in Montana. A little bit of almost a Canadian sound, that's for sure.
Well, that's because I don't want to lose my northern accent, sound like I'm uneducated from down here.
You don't want to sound like a redneck in Florida?
Exactly. Pretty much.
As we lose all of our Florida investors and subscribers. That means we just lost anybody with any money.
No, it's just that when they, everything down here is a whole lot different paced than it is up there.
Well, that's because everybody's over 80.
No, not where I live. I live at the beach.
You hear how he always says that, Jesse? I live at the beach.
I live at the beach.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, up here in Jersey, you don't have to worry about hurricanes washing away your house, most of the time at least.
Okay. And if a hurricane washes away my house and I have insurance that pays for it, who cares?
Stinking liberals.
No, I'm conservative, dude.
You're talking like a liberal. It's okay. Let the insurance and the government pay for it all. It's fine. That's what we need at Livewire. We need some government money. How can we get a grant? We need a grant to explore something.
I don't know. I think what we need is we just need some sugar daddy to come and say, hey, here's $5 million to build your business.
That'd make
guys-
great headlines. Great headlines. Tony's looking for a sugar daddy.
Or a sugar mama, one way or the other.
Sugar mama would be better, for sure. If I ever get married, have enough money to take care of me in the manner I'm well, obtained to here, and she'll be able to get me a residency somewhere else. That would be awesome. Get me Dutch residency and have a lot of money, and I might consider getting married again if she didn't want a prenup like I would want.
All right, so what do you need, Nathan? A couple cases of tab and some penicillin?
All I got to do is give us some penicillin, some tab, some cigars. Actually, I cannot publicly go over my whole list. It is a little longer than that, but you know, we could talk. You get me the right woman, and we're all good with that for sure.
Wow.
What were you saying before, Mike?
I was going to say, if you guys consider doing a Kickstarter or something, doing a wicked viral video campaign and getting noticed, just having a bunch of funding for a certain product or whatever.
That's one of the things that I've been exploring. If you are a public entity, Kickstarter has a rule against utilizing it to raise money for any kind of project. However, I think there's a loophole that would allow a subsidiary of a public company to potentially do it. That's what I'm trying to investigate. If it's possible that that I start a subsidiary in Apple Rush, for instance, and create a product in the subsidiary and let the subsidiary run the Kickstarter campaign.
Or nitric oxide chews through hardcore vitals.
Hey, there we go. We could do a joint venture. That would be a really good. That might work too. Maybe we do a joint venture with a private entity, and then you can get through the rule too.
Yeah, that'll work. And then split whatever you get from the Kickstarter, and I can just fund it as a what do you call them? What do they call them? Angel investors?
As an angel investor, yeah, absolutely. You know, you ought to give me a call. You got my number, don't you?
No, I don't, but I will.
It's posted everywhere.
I'll text it to you.
Posted everywhere.
All right.
Yeah, give me a call. Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's some opportunity there. If we created a really cool video, we could launch all kinds of different things.
Oh, yeah. I could get it viral through Reddit. Like, I got Nathan's puppy 250,000 views in, like, 4 hours.
Yeah, well, it got a lot of. You know, it's interesting on Reddit the way it kind of goes. It goes away real quick.
Yeah, it does, but for that brief visibility, and if you can capitalize on that moment and post the same content, I mean, I've seen people's blogs and whatnot take off just from a little bit of Reddit visibility.
Yeah, you never know, for sure.
So
Well, what about launching a? Let's say I decide that I want to launch a new product, and is there a way to use Reddit to launch a product with a special 1, 2, or 3 day sale price or something to get a bunch of orders? You know.
The way the marketing really works through Reddit, I mean, you can advertise with them, but you want a genuine post, not from the company itself. Like, you would want someone like me or someone who's not really tied into to post a video. Like, you kind of want it. It's a weird demographic that really gets those things viral. You have to consider all these factors and appeal to these people through like some kind of funny video, viral video, or get some really powerful or seemingly powerful message out there, and you throw it through a video. You have at the end all your links and whatnot for your sales and all this, and then
Same thing I've been telling you for about 6 months, Tony.
it's a bit of a process. It's that crazy visibility though.
Well, I'm asking. So how could we do it for the probiotic product? Is what I'm asking, or something like that. What could we do?
What do you need? What is it you need?
Just drive traffic to the website to get orders. Is there a way of doing it?
You know, basically your best way on doing that, if you ask me, also comes from Mike. And it's interesting we got him on the phone because, and it's why Mike at first said that the coupon deal looked familiar, is because he set up that kind of thing as well on his site. But Mike's suggestion to me, and I don't know if you'd want to go with it. In fact, I sent you the link for it, Tony. But it's the tell him, Mike. You the man. Tell him what that black hat. Tell him about that.
Wait, hang on. Tony, you see what Mike's wearing right there? You see the little Under Armour logo on that shirt? We need that.
Yeah, they were like 40, 50 bucks a piece by the time he's done.
Yeah. It needs to say hardcore on it too. Hardcore Vitals. It's Florida.
Might as well get some free advertising, right?
That's right. All right, explain Black Hat thing. I read a little bit about it, but I was a little bit kind of confused.
I'm not gonna use the word on your channel, Nathan, because that's an area that a lot of people, they hear the word and they stray away because they think back to the old days of Black Hat where people would ARP request or ARP spoof a website, get into.
Hey, you said the word.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying what they used to think of it, why it has such a bad rap now. But it's so much different. They used to get into websites, the back end, throw a bunch of links up, and it would be meaningless, and your Google ranking would go through the roof. Nowadays, there's a group of owners, like a big ring of owners of a certain amount of websites, high page ranking websites, PR 5, 6, all the way to 10 and whatnot, and you pay them to write genuine articles about your site and your product, and they'll throw 2,000 plus links a month on all these high-ranking page websites for half the price of a white hat service, which is a slow link building service, and it will take, let's say, 2 years to get where you want to get in Google with one of those, versus a Black Hat, which it's kind of, I'm not going to say how they do it necessarily on Google, because that's what we're on right now, but without getting penalized, it looks more legitimate. It is more legitimate. Your website's visibility, I mean, you search energy or energy drink, and you want Livewire to be in that first link, it's very possible within the first maybe 5 or 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Cool.
It's interesting, but it also sounds pretty sketchy.
How
Mike?
expensive is it?
What's that?
How expensive is it?
$150.
That's the beauty of it. You can do it you can test it yourself for $130, $150 for a month, see where your keywords rank, and then go to a better service, about $500 a month, do it for 5 or 6 months, and then really see where your reports are going and how much you're taking off. It's pretty crazy how it works, but at the same time you want to add content to your own website. There's a whole bunch of, you got to kind of have an discussion about what you want to do with it to actually gain legitimate visibility, to get sources from yourself and sources from outside.
Right. Now, how do we get people, you know, I saw a comment, somebody said, how come the management of Livewire doesn't go on to the Vitamin Shop website and put positive comments on them about our shoes? I'm like, how come the customers that are asking us to do it don't do it?
Yeah.
Where did you see a comment asking that?
It was either on Investor Hub, I think. It might have been on one of the Investor Hub posts or something like that. It was someplace, Investor Hangout or somewhere. I was like, are you kidding me?
That's just freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, why don't I go post? You know?
Yeah, why don't you make your name Livewire Energy too, to where they know that the company's posting about themselves? I mean, yeah, okay,
exactly. You know.
There is some. That's one thing with Investors Hub. Investors Hub, it's a cool place. A lot of people can get a pulse of the market and kind of figure out what's going on. But at the same time, it's just a bunch of people that they don't have any responsibility for what they say. There's no way to get a hold of them. It's a screen name out there saying whatever they want. And most of it's either cheerleading or bashing. In fact, that brings up another point where likely most people, not most people, but likely most boards is what I meant, has at some points a little pump or a dump where somebody might pay someone to sit there and post stuff or beat it up or talk good about it.
It happens all the time. There's over 100 iHubbers that are paid $75 a day to post negative comments on the boards.
Do you have like a email address I can check into that with?
Can I have an address and phone number?
I wouldn't mind $75 a day.
Oh no, dude, I'm all over that.
That's easy money.
Just to say negative stuff. Hey, yeah, exactly.
Jeez. I know some people in my Facebook feed that they do that anyways. They should just be getting paid.
Right.
I was going to say, I can talk shit about Tony for $25 a day.
Oh, yeah, we could have a bidding war. 25 now, do I hear 30 now, 30 now?
Okay, guys, you know, you want to beat me up, beat me up. Hey, I get a free shot right now.
I do. I'd rather beat Tony up than have everybody beat me up. It sounds a lot more fun to me.
Yeah, heck yeah. If you can reach out all the way over to Florida, I'm about as far away as I can get from you. So.
Jeez, look at the guy. He's got to get physical about it. We were just joking around, and now he's getting physical, just like that.
No, I'm not getting physical. I'm saying, hey, reach out. You got this computer thing here. Go.
Well, okay, let me ask you a very mean question that I really shouldn't ask, but I'm going to anyways. What the fuck is the price of the stock, Tony? I'm sick and tired of watching the shit go through the floor every goddamn day I wake up. It depresses me. It makes me feel like shit. And when I look at the fucking price of the stock, I walk around and mope fucking half the day.
Tell people to buy. Tell people to buy.
I'll tell people to buy. People have bought for the last 8 months and everything. There's you guys, we can't buy them as fast as you guys can print them.
Yeah, you're wrong, dude. You're wrong. You're wrong. It's not that we're printing them that fast. It's that it's literally the price manipulation is caused by the shorting of the stock in a manipulative way to create volume that's abnormal. All right. So remember when the stock was trading 50,000 shares a day only?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was only trading 50,000 shares a day. Then they couldn't short against it. Okay. So what they do is they'll create volume between themselves, the market makers, to make it appear like something's going on, and then they can short it and they can make money. If it has volume, market makers make money. If it doesn't have volume, market makers don't make money. So it's easier for them to make money at 2 cents than it is for them to make money at 15 cents. Okay? So they can scare a lot of people out as they're ticking it down, and it takes a lot less shares to take it down than it does to take it up. You know, it probably only traded 8 or 10 million shares to get it from 15 cents down to 5 cents. Okay? But it took probably 100 million or 200 million shares to get it from 5 cents to 15 cents. You follow me?
A little bit. Jesse, you follow that?
I understand the concept when there's...
I understand the concept. That was a better answer than mine. I like that much better.
Well, I mean, basically what he's saying is if there's nobody buying and somebody sells, it's going to take it down.
That's
and
exactly what it is.
when there's buying, it's going to push it up. So what I think we're saying is, could we generate some damn buying?
Pretty much, but not at the bid. If you sit on the bid, okay, I'll explain it a little bit. If you sit on the bid, hang on, let me go through this. If you sit on the bid, you are at the mercy of the market maker to short to you because you're the buyer.
You got to get people to buy. With enough talk about us getting people to buy, people got to have something to believe in to buy. And the problem is people selling, not people buying.
No, you're wrong. The selling is coming from market makers, is what I'm telling you. It's not.
No, selling is coming from longs. Selling is coming from people who are fed up and they're posting on board. I'm out of here. I'm selling all my shares. I'm gone.
They didn't own anything. Most of them didn't own anything to start with.
Oh, bullshit. I know people and I know how much they owned.
Who?
I can't name their name on here.
I'm pulling a shareholder list. I'm gonna tell you who's selling.
Fine, pull a shareholder list. You know the people that have been unhappy with stuff. You can read iHub posts and see. And I am honestly, I feel like a little bit of what we're talking about should be coming to you in a way like I'm coming to you. And I'm not pissed off in any way. You know that. You've talked to me enough. But at the same time, people aren't happily asking, what's happening with the stock, Tony? No, they want to know what the fuck is happening with the stock because it's been too long. These things you're telling us now, it's great. Then 5 months ago, 4 months ago, but not now, dude. It's like stuff has to start happening, and I hear you doing lots of stuff. I think it's awesome. But go back to what you were talking about. I'll get off giving you a hard time.
If you take and allow the market makers to sell to you because you want to buy at the bid to get the lowest price in the stock, right? You're asking for the price to go down because there's only X number of buyers. If you're the buyer and you're on the bid, they will short to you, okay? Then they become the buyer and they're on the bid, right? When there's no buyers left, then they will suck in the stock from the guys that are pissed off because the price is going down, okay? So the market makers are in control 100% all the time with what goes on. If you look, if night is on the offer, okay, and night is on the bid, they're controlling the price movement. It's called being the axe, okay? Very few times in almost all OTC stocks will night not be the axe, okay? Night can march it up, night can march it down. Go pull the report as to how many shares night traded in any OTC stock, and in most of them they'll be the number 1 or the number 2 volume trader in almost all OTC penny stocks. Okay, so it's kind of nuts.
So then you think?
Go ahead,
What?
Mike. Mike wants to say something.
So you're saying pretty much everybody should raise their buy order to like $2 a share, and then we're going to see the market move up?
No, what I'm saying is that if you're trying to buy the stock.
Hey, that would work though. I like that idea.
Or yourself want to raise it to $1 a share, something crazy. If everyone did that.
If everybody would go buy at the offer, right, and they weren't selling the stock, if they were buying at the offer, the market would move up because the supply side of it would not. The market makers wouldn't want us to be taking the short position on the buy side. Okay, so if the price of the stock moves up because everybody's buying at the offer and momentum is there, right? If you want to see how momentum gets broken, watch a stock that has, I don't care what penny stock it is, but watch a stock that opens hot in the morning and in the first hour and a half trades real heavy, and then the brakes get put on. If you watch when the brakes were put on the stock, I guarantee you it was because all of a sudden there's a bunch of bid sitters, and the bid sitters are trying to get into the stock, are ended up getting shorted to by the market makers after they've already cleared all the other transactions on the buy side. Okay? So
I've seen this happen. It was months ago when we dropped from 14. And I come back to the same thing of saying we need to stop the selling. We need to stop the bleeding. We need to get people on board. I feel like a lot of the people who were even longs are gone, and there's just not that many around anymore.
Well, and I think that's not necessarily accurate, but I'm going to find out because I know Bill is going to pull a.
I'm exaggerating. I'm not being. I'm exaggerating. There are a lot of people that were pretty serious about it in the last months have become frustrated with it, and it's not something that cannot be addressed. I mean, it's right there on iHub. You see, in fact, some of the people who were big supporters are now big bashers.
No, I agree, and all those people, including I'll throw one out there. Lucky Dog, right? He's got my phone number. I've talked to him on the phone many times, and I told him, call me. Don't go out there and post and think you can be an activist. Now, you want to be an activist shareholder? Invest $500,000 or $1 million into Livewire directly, and you can be an activist. Hey, you can be an activist and say anything that you choose out there, and
you'd love to hear their opinions. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No doubt.
But how do you take somebody seriously? I have people call me and rip me a new one, and I ask them how many shares they have, and I've had it as low as 3,000 shares.
Yeah, I've got into it with people before and asked how much they own, and they've got a couple $100 worth, and it's pathetic. I mean, to think you can put it. I understand that, and I understand where you're coming from that, and I think you're 100% right. And you said Lucky Dog, and he's been on there, but that's another. I hadn't even thought of him honestly, but he was one of the biggest supporters on there, and Lucky did some work on there, man. Homeboy went to work. He not just our board, other boards out there on the Momo stock picks, and man, he worked at it, and me and him had our different things at different points, but still, the man worked at it, and he was a huge supporter, and it's not good that we don't have him on our side as much anymore.
It's not, but I've told him, I've sent him messages. I said, hey, call me, and we'll talk about it, and then maybe I can get you some information that will make you feel better. You know what I mean? I'm not going to share any inside information with anybody, but I have a different perspective because I don't post, right?
Well, yeah, that's a lot of it too. A lot of it's just understanding what's posted and is public. I mean, the public information is one thing, deciphering it's another.
Right, exactly. I mean, I can tell people. Drug Doctor posted a great post the other day about
You're kidding me, really?
About he was talking about the shares that came from conversions and stuff, right? Or were share issuances for notes and all that kind of stuff. And somebody tried bashing it and saying, hey, but what about all these shares, right? And, you know, the point that he was trying to make is valid, all right? You know, I told you, Nathan, I showed you a picture of it. I said, you know, hey, I got paid in stock for the last year. It's restricted. I can't do anything with it, you know, but so what? You know, I mean, at some point, maybe sometime in my lifetime, I'll be able to do something with it, and it might be worth something to me, you know, but currently it's not, right? But if I don't draw a wage every week, what's going to keep me trying to grow the business, right?
All right, so
We're
let me
saying
ask you a question. You know, I got something here.
we need to.
All right, so if Lucky Dog were to call you right now, what would you tell him? Let's just throw it out there.
It just depends what the question was. I mean, I talked to you. I've never given you any inside information, have I?
Absolutely not.
Okay, but do I answer your questions when you call?
Sometimes.
If I can't,
Sometimes I love you. I love the best thing about Tony is the fluff.
but if I can't answer, it's because you're asking a question I can't answer because I've been giving you inside information. Right?
That, you know, and me and Jesse probably understand that better than a lot of people. Than like some. I'm not saying nobody understands it, but I'm saying a lot of people don't understand that, and they feel they deserve an answer. But people need to understand sometimes that you can't answer a lot of questions.
You can't. I mean, it's too risky with the SEC and FINRA and people like that that can throw you in jail. You got to be really careful.
Yeah, you want to be at the beach, not jail.
Hell yeah! I like the view from this side, and I don't want to have to wear titanium underwear.
That's what she said. We lost Mike. Mike's like, you know, I'm out of here. This is getting too vile for me.
No, I think Mike has to go. He's got some crazy get up at 4 a.m. and hit the gym like a maniac game plan.
Oh yeah, he's doing his big old. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know, all I'm trying to say is that if somebody has a question, they're welcome to call me. All right? They're welcome to call Bill. I promise if they call Bill, Bill answers many, many, many calls from investors. All right? He's not going to tell them any information that we can't share is the only thing, but feel free to call and at least learn a little bit about the company. We have an investor down here in Florida that's in his, I want to say he's like 70-ish or so, and he calls me and he told me, he says, you know what? He says, the reason I'm in the stock is because you talk to me. Right? That's why he buys. You know, if you can at least talk to the people that are in control, you know, I don't duck. The guy calls, I answer the phone. You know, do I always tell him what he wants to hear? Not necessarily. You know, ask Jesse. He just made it pretty clear. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, right, Jesse?
I mean, I don't know. I've called you a few times, and you told me you had to call me back because you were a little busy cooking dinner.
Yeah,
I was doing what?
He was all frustrated. You know, that's happened to me too, Jesse, where he's like really frustrated, and it sounds like someone's going to beat him if he don't get off the phone.
Hey, I have that happen once in a while. But, you know, hey, but did I call you back?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
No. No.
At least by the next day?
I'm just kidding.
Hey, wait. I'm just asking. At least by the next day I called you back, right?
No, you're always getting in touch. You know, only for me, only one time you haven't ever gotten in touch back again where everything kind of fell apart for a week when I think it was in the middle of your APRU deal, or probably 2 weeks it fell apart for, and got no calls back. And there's just different things where a guy just can't get in touch with all kinds of things, and I understand them kind of things. That's all fine with me, all fine and dandy. But yes, Tony always gets back, except for, may I add, that there's this guy in New Jersey, and he's a pretty good distributor. And not only that, the guy, having someone on iHub that promotes things and talks about them all the time is awesome. I mean, it helps us out greatly. And this guy, he's pretty big time on there. He's always on there, but the guy just, all he really wants in life is a hat. He's just wanting a hat. And the poor guy, over and over again, sees my hat, and then I'm in the hot seat because I've got a hat.
Jesse, are you wanting a hat?
I mean, I've only said that like 30 times.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my
Listen,
Lord.
I feel like I need to run up to a big stone with a bag of marbles grab the hat, drop the marbles, and hope the big boulder doesn't get me.
Let me
Jesse,
ask. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let me ask you a crazy question. What did you get when you ordered your bottle of probiotics?
Not a hat.
Not a hat. No, I got a nice little post office box there, and it came pretty quick actually.
And what'd you get?
I had both flavor. I only ordered one. I only ordered the lemon lime flavor, but I had the berry and lemon lime, as well as a pretty cool metal tin, which I don't think everybody's seen out there yet. That's really nice. It's kind of like
Actually, do you guys want to see it? That's what I asked her. Hang on. Here you go.
Oh, you would have one of those too.
Well, yeah, but basically they send you these little tins to where you can put your pot in there.
Hey, it looks like this, right?
Yeah, yeah, mine's empty though. Have you already got your weed in yours, Tony? Yeah,
No, mine's full of chews.
Uh-huh.
It is. Look, it's
So you're on the porch. You're on the porch.
It's full
Oh
of
yeah.
chews.
Hey, how many fit in here? 6 or 4? 4.
It's a 4-pack, and I have
Mash in there.
4 icy mint. I have 4 icy mint chews in there, and icy mint is pretty good. You know,
Pretty good.
It's my new favorite flavor. You know, yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot. But check that out. It's blue. It doesn't turn your tongue blue. I got one of those stickers as well. You know, but now I'm gonna eat this. What time is it? It's like 10:17 at night, and I'm gonna eat Livewire because I can sleep on the amount of caffeine I take all day long. I can sleep on anything.
Well, no, you should stay up. I hear you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, my wife's off tonight. I probably won't sleep. I mean, she's working tonight, so I won't sleep. That's nice. I love that package. What do you think?
Isn't that bag cool? Honestly, like the paper bag on it is cool. All the other ones were kind of the colored foil.
Yep.
And this one is the paper. It's really cool, actually. And it'd be really neat for one of the hemp chews or something, maybe even.
Now, is that chocolate?
Yeah.
And it has a Livewire written on the foil, right?
Yes, it does.
No, it don't. What are you talking about? Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but the icy mint don't. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have a colored foil for it yet. You know.
Yeah, that's not the end of the world. That's cool either way.
Yeah, we have generic.
The little stash tins are cool though too.
Those are awesome, aren't those?
Yeah, they're cool.
So let me ask you a question, Tony, because I know a lot of people love the icy mint. What's the chances of getting those to go in the tower?
It's possible. It's
Basically,
possible. I have the artist working on it right now. Mark up at. Have you ever met Mark Duarte or not, Nathan?
I might have. I think he was in there once when I was talking to Bill.
Yeah, he's doing it for us. So he's creating the new. We just basically are going to put stickers across some doors and barcode some chews, but in order to buy the drawers by themselves, we have to buy 5,000 of them, and that's like a minimum print run. We have to buy five colors at once. So they print 25,000 drawers for us at one time when we want drawers. So it's a relatively expensive proposition to build drawers. So we're going to use drawers like chocolate that we don't have as many people buying. And
Why would you just put a sticker on it?
Why? Why would we?
Why wouldn't you just put a sticker on it on the drawer?
We are. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's why I said Mark is creating that sticker.
I caught up. That's where we started. I just lost track in between. I got you.
Yeah. So soon.
Can
I'm
we
hoping
have-
that by the weekend we'll have them done.
Can we have some kind of super... I texted you this, and you didn't answer me because you were frantically trying to get in there, and we had the problem signing in. But, dude, what's up? Can we have some kind of super-duper... We already got the special where they'll get joined in and all that, and they'll get the code number if they order something on a separate deal? I mean, I guess we can't really do a separate deal if we're doing that one, huh?
Well, not until next week, maybe.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. That'd be cool.
You know, if we get like 50 people on here, it'd be really cool to announce something neat.
I think the highest we got was 15, and overall, I'll bet you there was 50. Ought to be interesting. We'll need to look at the numbers later. But, well, Jesse, any other kind of things you come up with that we think we should ask Tony while we got him all laid back like this?
Well, I do got to say, he did have a very nice package sent to me. There were icy mint chews, chocolate chews, and the little tin, and all that other good stuff. So I didn't get a hat. There was no hat in the package, but he did pretty good on the other stuff.
Did you get a sticker?
I did get a sticker.
Okay, then shut up.
Be happy. Take your sticker and be happy, goddammit.
Yeah, but listen, I need more stickers too. I mean, every day I drive to work and I see this Red Bull truck, and I got to cover them with stickers.
$20. $20 if you get a picture of your sticker on the back of that Red Bull truck.
Yeah, that might be worth it.
Wouldn't it? Well, I don't know. You'd be in jail. We had to bail you out or something. It wouldn't be.
Well, like I said, what we really need is we need every shareholder, okay, to subscribe to one of our monthly deals. And if we had every shareholder subscribe to a monthly deal, we would be cash flow positive.
Yeah, I will agree 100% that not enough people actually buy and support the product like that. And I just seen this week where some of the Apple Rush people, some of the longer investors there were starting to get on board and try the product out, and that makes me feel good. That's definitely good, and something that should be going on is people should be trying and using the product for sure. If they're an investor, I mean, might as well try some product.
And if you're an investor, right, and you buy product like Jesse, sometimes you get thrown some free bones, right?
Quite a few free bones in that box.
And what about you, Nathan? Did somebody throw you some free bones too?
Well, there was this one girl, and yeah.
Are you telling me that you didn't get a box little present or anything?
Oh, I got her box.
It's not what I said.
I know. Now, don't you get the feeling like Tony's the dad here? Dad? Yes. As a matter of fact, that's why I brought and showed the box that I have now lost. That there's stuff in there. And so if Tony's asking the question of, do we feel like we're a little taken care of when we order some product and to trying to do it? Yeah, I feel like that's definitely, and I do like the new stuff you got and the stash tin and all that, 100%.
And if you're positive, what I'm saying is if you're positive, if you're a positive force for the company, right, and you are out there genuinely trying to grow the business, I believe the company takes care of those people very well. That's all I'm saying. And, if everybody did it, the stock price would be $3,
Man, that's the thing. If everybody...
I just got an order. Hang on. I got an order from Amazon.com. Just came.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I got to see what it is.
A truckload.
I'll tell you what it is.
Hang on, do you want a screen share so I could show you how to log in for that?
I just got an order for a 30-pack of chocolate chews.
So now we know what you were. Now we know what you were typing there. Where you were going through Amazon checkout.
I'll tell you who bought it even.
No, you don't want to do that, do you?
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't think that'd be good.
It depends on who it is. If it's somebody we know.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'll say where it's from.
Where it's from would probably be okay.
Come on, computer.
Somebody asked me in the comments there, Jesse, about why we don't have the thing on the side they can use. And as far as I know, oh, you know what? When we do it this way through Google+, did you watch the other one where it was on the right-hand side? Remember how I used to do it a long time ago, and all the comments were on the right-hand side? Did you see it that way or no?
Not in Google, not like this, no.
No, in the other way, back 3 months ago when it was in YouTube and all the comments were on the right side.
Yeah.
Well, people in YouTube can't find it now because that's usually how a live stream works, and the comments now are down below, and it's harder for us to find them too because we got them in 2 spots. It's a little weird. I think we need to get used to how to find people's comments on here.
Now, I just got the extra window open, and I'm just hitting refresh once in a while.
Are you on
California?
YouTube? Out of California? YouTube or Google Plus, Jesse?
Both.
Both, yeah, that's what I said. I just answered that one guy and told him I really didn't know how. Actually, Michelle Notes actually has a good question, and I don't know how I missed that. And maybe we touched upon it in like a long time ago or something, but it's a good time to revisit it, Tony. Michelle is actually on iHub a lot, and I'm actually going to have to go look at Michelle's thumbnail.
Michelle's Notes.
Yeah, her. And she wants to know, what the hell, Tony? That's all she said. No, I'm just kidding. Any chance that in the future drop shipping could be available for APRU or LVVV?
In the terms of them selling product and us shipping for them?
You know, I seen a little of what she was doing on one of her websites and stuff, and she actually might be talking about some kind of a drop shipping thing where I think that kind of almost plays along the line of your coupon thing you're talking there and that affiliate site I was trying to get you talked into.
That's exactly what that would be. You know, if somebody uses a coupon, we'll ship it for them.
Yeah, 100%. That would kind of take care of that.
Yeah.
Why is the CBD product not on Amazon no more?
It is.
It is?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it on there, and I kind of wondered.
Well, let me hang on. Let me open a window. And
any kind of other questions like that, Jesse, that you know you've seen or heard that like we could just kind of ask and kind of get out of the way?
I actually have a question, and I'm going to catch Tony off guard on this one, so I hope he's got those pants on and he's ready for it.
Anna Rush, I got him.
It's in the stock?
Can of Rush is there.
Cool.
So it looks like Canakick is now available on Amazon, which is kind of cool, and I thought their pricing might have been a little different. Let me just double check this.
It's probably a distributor selling it and not the company, don't you think? Or do you know?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Distributor.
I just
Sure.
know it's there.
I think they actually have a rule that you can't...
I'm sure.
Huh? Did we lose you, Tony?
No, I'm here. I said it's a... I say that it's a distributor.
Right there, buddy.
I believe. $195 for 16 4-packs. That's 64 chews.
Well, to be fair, too, anybody that's going to be selling that is probably stacking their multi-level and shoving people under people and getting the max discount and then blowing it out the back door.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that price, $195, is lower than their online price, because for you to buy one brick online is $125.
He said a brick.
That's what they call it, a brick.
That sounds cool.
It's got 8 packs of chews.
So he's selling 2 of them for $195.
Yeah, and they cost him $125 if you go online, go to Canakick.com or go to Canaway.com and click on the Canakick product, and they charge $125 for 8 4-packs.
Yeah, he's just stuffing his downline and then using that. I had problems with that when I first did my multi-level with the ephedra product, and you just get somebody that stuffs all 5 levels and then retails their stuff at the swap meet.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, I might as well ask you this question. How about a test market?
Yeah.
Like I worked at Jack in the Box, and I worked my way up to shift leader pretty quick, and then I got in. I took a training course down here in San Diego because it's where they're located. I was I was after management type things at Food Maker when I was a kid, and like, just they'd go into target markets and have products that they don't have anywhere else, and they'd offer stuff at prices that they don't offer anywhere else. And basically, at the end of the day, you've got a place where Jack in the Box didn't have a restaurant, and there'd be like nobody really ever heard of them in that area, but yet they can control the market, and they can just kind of take over that town and be the big dog in town. I mean, we could attack energy drinks on that level.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the new program called Shoebox?
You know, I've heard something, but I can't say that I know anything about it, really.
It's being advertised on TV right now.
I don't have TV, man. I'm not high class like that, dude. Some of us don't get into politics like you do.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. Shoebox is basically a program where you sign up for a monthly subscription, and they send you different products on a monthly basis.
Okay.
For a subscription. Kind of like what you're thinking, you know, maybe.
I think I saw something like that on Facebook. It was like Trunk Club. They send you a trunk full of clothes every month, and you know whatever's in the box you get to keep, and it's always worth more than what you're paying. But you know, it's a pretty cool concept.
That's a cool thing. That's not really what I was saying. I was kind of wanting to pick a town use our demographics and pick a town that's pretty active and offhand, like Mesquite, Nevada. You know, a small town that's not a huge town, you know, 5,000 to 15,000 people, 5 to 25 somewhere, and go in with a van load of frickin' Livewire energy, consign the shit everywhere, come in with a price that we don't have anywhere else, come in with a package that we don't have anywhere else if you have to, even put it under a different name or something, but actually go in and just bomb the hell out of that market to try a different price point and to just move a shitload of products. Other companies do that, and that's just kind of, and it's not something I expect you to go, oh yeah, let's plan this out right here. It's just, if I didn't think of it, I'd forget to ask you.
All right. It's possible, I think. You know, I mean, I think there's some things that we could do. We will just have to, you know, try to build something around it. Good night, honey.
Don't grow too much. Don't let her sleep too much either. Are you depriving her of sleep? Because that'll let her grow too.
No, she's supposed to be in bed by now. She gets up at 6:30 to go to practice.
What is it? It's 10:30 there, so yeah. Well, Jesse, I like that question. That was definitely a good one. I don't see any other ones online anywhere, and it's amazing that so many people. And that's the thing with iHub, kind of like Tony said in Investors Hub, Investors Hangout, Yahoo. Everybody's got plenty to say, and everybody's got plenty of questions until it comes down to asking them, and then all of a sudden nobody's got any questions, and everybody wants to come in and bust your balls and make it a big thing because you can't get something done correct the first time, and it just becomes more of like poking and poking and poking than just asking questions. And everybody had the chance to have any question they wanted answered here tonight for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't dodge any of them, right? And I didn't even give you any fluff answers tonight.
No, I actually don't think you did.
Oh my God.
You know, I don't expect that. I do expect that if it's, you know, half the time when somebody asks me a question or something, I know in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to ask this. I know it's just going to be a question you can't answer, and it's hard to come back without making it a fluff answer.
Yeah, I agree. I just, like I say, I think that we're trying to do the right thing every day as a company, and you know, investors, you know, I tell everybody the same thing. If you like what you see, buy more because the price is down. Right now, you got the easiest, probably double in the next 3 or 4 months that there's ever going to be. You know, I mean, the price of the stock is pretty low, and I bet you have the easiest double ever. You know. So,
well, let me hit you on one. Here's a good one. It's not really, it's a question, whatever, but don't you feel like some of these things are a little bit cyclic too? I mean, it's basically doing the same thing it did last year.
It's 100. I tried explaining that before. Is, you know, the penny stock market in the summertime half the people go on vacation, and the stock with low volume, it will drift backwards. If you go to 2011, 2012, and 2013, and 2014 summer, and watch what happened every single summer. It's the same story, you know, just a different year.
Here, let me.
As volume comes back in, the price will move back up. And as people hold on, the price will move back up.
That's one thing I was trying to, without trying to be too walking all over you, is that's the thing, is people, it's a sell. There's a lot of selling. It's sure, people have got to buy, and I agree with you, and I gave you a hard time, like, no, that's not the problem. Well, on one hand, it's not. People need to stop selling. But you get to a point, and sometimes you just feel like you need to get out and run, I guess. I mean, that's the deal, and I do feel like some of them will be missing out on a bit, for sure.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that some of the sellers that you see aren't significant sellers. They're market makers selling to the people riding the bid that are trying to get in cheap, right? So that's where the selling's coming from, and it's pushing the price down. If you ride the bid, all you're doing is asking for the price to go down. It's as simple as
I'll be completely honest with you. That's all I'll ever do. Ain't no way I'm paying over the. Excuse me. The bid, I'm not going to ride much. If we're sitting at 2 and 2.4, I'm bidding 2.15 or 2.2. I'm bidding in the middle is where I'm bidding.
Yep. And as long as you're moving the bid up, right? And you're sitting at the high bid, and you're not getting filled. If you hit the offer, this is what I was trying to explain. If you hit the offer for some of your shares, you'll scare the market maker off of the short position because they won't short if there's real buyers. Okay? But if you sit out there and you ride the bid and that's all you do, if they feel that there's no activity, they can short without any impunity. You know, they can just say, hey, here you go. Here's some free shares to you. They don't cost me anything, you know. And as the price goes down, then they'll become the high bidder because there's no buyers left. And then the sellers come in and they sell to the market maker again. And the market maker fills their position back up. It's not complicated. It's a really simple system. And that's why the auction market is much better than the OTC market, you know?
God, that looks pathetic. You look at it!
Look at it! What do you want me to see? I don't know how to read a chart.
Dude, all you have to do is say that. I mean, I expected a bitter response on that, like something like, "Oh man, yeah, my God, I don't know what's going on there." That's what I was talking about right there, or something like that. I mean, come on, dude, you got to romance. You can't just jam your finger in there and do it, man. You got to romance us a bit, dude. Say something about this.
Okay.
You are looking at my screen, right?
Yeah, at 1.75 cents, I say buy more, buy as much as you can afford right now, because if it can't really go much further down. It's like down to the bottom, you know. And all that happens now from this point on is that the people that, you know, you get some big investors out there that buy $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 worth of stock at a time. You watch them come in. I can tell you who they are. Go look at iHub and look at the guys that have 50,000 posts. And when they start posting positive, you know they're loading on your stock. Okay? When they stop posting, you know they're selling. It's not complicated. It's called scalping. It's illegal.
Not if they're not posting, right?
No. If you posted to buy the stock today, you technically can't sell tomorrow. Okay, because you just told people to buy with the intent of selling. That's illegal.
A couple were doing that back when the APRU deal was made, and that just made them. That's a lot of what started this down. Nobody liked the APRU deal, and it just took a big dive. But, I mean, this is last year here, and it's down at the same thing it's at now.
Well,
Right.
let me stop you there for a second, Nathan. I think nobody understood the APRU deal. and I think it might be fair to say that the understanding is better now, but people probably still don't understand what's going on there.
I don't even know if Tony understands what's going on there.
Well, you know, I do understand what's going on there. I understand that it's been a black hole for money.
I believe that, and I do believe exactly like Jesse said there. I mean, it is definitely not understanding the deal is a big part of it, and not relaying what was happening. That's where the not relaying. Here, we were on a good climb, and there was no reason whatsoever for this to drop this much. Simply issuing of the outstanding shares, there's just not that much room to fall because of that. It's definitely other things, and a lot of our thunder got ate up by APRU people claiming, and there's a lot of things that happened. I just know that,
Look at the volume days. But here, you got the chart up. Look at the volume, okay? You can see the volume drop, and, you know, like, when it
the
started...
volume dropped because everybody didn't want nothing to do with that shell.
No. But what I'm saying is the share volume dropped, okay? And when the share volume dropped, that's when the price erosion happened. If you look, the biggest part of this price erosion happened with no volume on the stock. Look at the little spikes, okay?
It all happened. If you want to look at volume, it's all right here, right with the Apple Watch deal. There's your biggest volume. Besides here with the announcement of the CBD and stuff, that was a big bunch. But the next big pop you got after that was your Apple Rush deal, and all that volume there is selling.
No, but what I'm talking about is you go on this, you know, a little bit further to the right, okay? And you'll see there's no volume for days and days and days.
To the right.
As it's falling. And then there's a spike on the chart. Go to the right on the chart. Look at the volume at the bottom.
Dude, okay, where are you? You're talking over here?
Yeah, not that far. Go left a little ways.
I was right here.
Right there. Not that far. Now you're too far. Go to the right.
Go to June. Go into like June, July.
Are you serious?
Go to summer.
Where? Hang on.
To the right. June, July 2014.
You're going to act like that's volume? That ain't fucking volume. That's like a burp.
No, but look at the days. There's zero volume for days and days and days and days and days.
Because everybody sold back here and got fed up.
Disagree.
That's where they all...
I disagree. It's because nobody was selling, and that's why the price was eroding.
Bullshit. Everybody was selling, and they talked right on iHub. I watched people sell all their stuff, call me on the phone and say they sold it to go buy Apple Rush. I know good and well what happened here and how it happened in the stock. I'll be with you on anything you want to say on a lot of things, but, man, the whole thing fell apart right there. Here's where all your volume is. You're wanting me to go over here and find something I can hardly see. This is the volume, man.
That's what I'm talking about. But the real price erosion, okay, has come on no volume, is what I'm saying. It's gone down from there. If you look in June, May and June, right? It's gone down from May and June on very, 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 very little volume. Okay? If you look at where it was getting all this heavy volume, it didn't go up either. Look at the heavier volume in the first part of the year from when the CBD was announced and stuff.
Do you have a better chart than me, Jesse?
It was held. It was held.
Hang on.
Jesse's going to pull a chart because I'm simply using Google. I didn't sign into E-Trade or nothing, and he's a little faster with this kind of thing, I'll bet. And, like, real chart, I'm not jumping down. I am because it's the way my voice is and I'm emotional about whatever I say. But, man, I know what you're saying about not being much volume, but it's because it's already got plastered here, and the volume here was so high. I mean, you're talking the spike of volume here of 5 million shares in a day. And that 5 million shares in a day right there, that came out with the CBD chew thing right here, and we stinking promoted the heck out of that deal, and we got the stuff to come back up with, like, showing that you actually had a CBD chew from way back here.
Yep.
That was the only thing that gave us a little safety here, but that didn't last long either. That was short, and we came back down half of this again.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you look from that point over to the right where it's at, like, half of that, like right there, right where your mouse is, right, at that valley, okay? If you look at the volume that occurred to take it down, the volume was very, very, very low, and it just fell like a rock, straight out the bottom. And that's because of the manipulation.
Tony, 200% of the fall is here, and 100% of the fall is here, if that makes any sense. It's 2 to 1. So I disagree.
Let me put on a zebra shirt here and stand between you two guys for a second.
Yeah,
Have you got your chart?
I'm pulling it. I think what you're both saying is right. I mean, what Nathan is saying is APRU deal was announced, and nobody knew what the hell was going on, and people sold LVVV to buy APRU. Now, listen, at this point, there's no arguing whether that's, who did it or why, or it's over, and, I mean, the chart's
I wasn't trying to get into that.
I know, but I'm just saying that there was selling an LVVV because nobody knew what was going to happen. Did APRU become the new CBD company? What's LVVV going to sell? I mean, there was just confusion. So some people said, let me buy both. Let me sell a little bit in Livewire, let me buy a little bit of Apple Rush, and I'll own both, and then whichever way it goes, I'm set. And as that happened, then if you look at the second part of the chart, what Tony's talking about is the rest of that drop happened on, pretty small volume, a couple 100,000 shares. There was no major run out after that initial. I mean, it fell from 8 to 2 over a couple months. I mean, that wasn't a quick drop, but from the 14 down to 10, 12, 8 was relatively quick.
But if you look at how many shares it took to go from 14 to 8 versus from 8 to 2, it took a lot more shares to fall from 14 to 8 than it took to fall from 8 to 2.
Not a. According to my chart, it started falling here.
Yeah, but take that volume for the next from there. Now go to the right by 1 month.
I'm going to do that. Hang on. You got all this, right?
Yep, to there.
All that, right there.
Mm-hmm.
From there to there. Actually, let's just see if we can move this. No, we can't. So all that versus look at how much. Actually, when you consider all these little spikes, there's an awful lot of volume, especially here. Dumped like crazy. Now, I will give you this, and I'm 100% with you. There wasn't shit for volume for it to come from 6 to 2.3. There was nothing for. This happened overnight. I wish I'd have just fucking sold. This was pitiful. There was no reasoning and nothing. It just fell.
That's what I'm saying. There's no volume, but there's no volume for a whole 2 months. There's like 50,000 shares a day. You got day after day after day of almost zero volume.
And I see what you're saying there, but the thing is, with what you're saying there, it didn't fall. It's just.
But there's no volume there is what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden when it fell, there was still no volume when it made that big drop, see?
So
yeah, okay, so listen, I got my chart open here, so
okay, hang on.
Let me see if I can share this with you guys.
It won't swap unless I want to make sure the people later too.
Okay.
Oh. The chart on the right breast pocket, you can see we're in June.
You guys got my chart?
We do now.
Okay, so here we are back in February, and you had a 6 million volume day. LVVV hits 7 cents. You had a almost 5 million, hits 11. And then it bounces around here, 1 million, 400,000, 1.2, 488, 200, not a whole lot. And then hits 13, averaging about 1 million shares a day. So then you've got your first big drop here, and this one goes from 13, and it goes down to 9, and it's doing it on 3.1, 3.0, 1.7, 1.2. So, I mean, that's 10 million shares, give or take, to take it from 13 to 9. And it comes back to 12, and then it just sort of...
Right now, how many shares did it take to go back to 12? Now here's where I'm going to show you the manipulation. Go back there.
All right, so going from here, this is 650. at 9, and then
Hang on. Where are we going to show manipulation?
Right there. I'll show you how.
okay, so we went from 9, 826,000, and then 1.8. So
Every
2.5.
bit of everything after that was all because of that stinking deal that everybody promoted so hard about that chew and everything. Manipulation there, that's us getting that stuff back up, and everybody grassroots, right where Jesse's rolling along there, we were pushing that stuff so hard, and it didn't hit right about now.
So when the volume
Well, let me cut you off there for a second, Tony. So right about here, right about where I am here, this is at 9 cents. This is a 1.1 million. And as I move right, I mean, there's like no volume. 240, 82, 117, 191, 112, 476, 126, 153, 606.
That's huge volume. That is huge volume. Anything over for this stock is huge volume. Until they gave more shares. We're talking at a point there where the shares are what they are now almost.
No, but that was what I'm saying is that on those days where it was like 100,000 shares, right, and the stock was moving down, that was because in order to get any transaction flow, it had to all occur on the bid. Okay, and if it's going to occur on the bid, the price is going to erode. You pick, as an investor, you pick what the stock does on your own. Okay, if you're going to ride the bid, you are at the mercy of the market maker.
No, I'm not going to give you 90% on that. Fuck that, dude.
I'm telling you, I'm right.
I'm not going to give you 90% on that. I'm sorry, but the company has a little bit more responsibility, but then to blame it all on manipulation for 14 to fucking 1.75.
I say that a big portion of it, not all of it, a big portion of it is the manipulation of not allowing the stock to run. When there was news, the market makers held it back. Okay, and if
well, how about all the volume here that we're talking about that Jesse was showing that wasn't in between July there? All that volume there, that was the time when you guys didn't say jack shit about anything. Nothing. Not a thing.
But it was staying flat.
Because you weren't saying anything, because you weren't doing anything, because nothing was happening. Even if just, like, there should be regular little updates, and that's where Jason made a post on iHub on how you guys were afraid of doing Facebook and all this. Actually, it was kind of funny because Jason pulled the, hang on a sec here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Okay, I hit the wrong button. Jason pulled the whole Michael Jordan thing there on iHub, and he's like, well, Jason
Nathan,
Combs...
Give me, I got to run out and let the dog out for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. Jason said, well, Jason Combs don't like that. Jason Combs got made fun of because he was doing stuff like that. And I don't know that he got made fun of there, did he?
I don't know. I'm not commenting about Jason Combs.
That's good. See, you almost got sucked into something like you tried to do to me earlier. I wasn't meaning to. I know that he...
I'm not getting sucked into anything that could be disparaging of anybody outside of you.
No. I wasn't looking for disparaging. What was you gonna say?
I said I might disparage you.
You can disparage me all you want, but that is not what I was looking for. What I was looking for was an answer to what he was saying about how you guys don't post shit on Facebook or anywhere like that, and that you can do some stuff. And I guess I was pushing for that a little bit, wondering why there couldn't be a little bit more on updates and stuff, relevant updates on there.
Like I said, there's a certain amount of stuff that we're gonna say, and when we feel the time is right, we'll share it, and we are just probably a little bit more cautious than he is. You read the stuff that he posts, you'll understand what I'm saying. You gotta be careful.
There's some non-caution there and stuff, but I'm talking more general. I'm not talking about Livewire is planning to take over the world. I was more talking about just regular little announcements. I mean, there's got to be some contact.
Here's the thing. You want me to, let's say, okay, I make a phone call and I call Pilot Flying J, I'm just giving you an example, right? Do you want me, and I get an appointment to go see Pilot Flying J? Do you want me to come out and say, oh, I'm on my way to go see Pilot Flying J?
No, I think what I think I'm more saying there, and like has been said a lot, is more things. You know, there's a difference between just putting a post up of a drawing that nobody's heard of, or maybe putting a post up after you made a web page for it, and you have a drawing out there that people can actually, you can see what's going on and see, ooh, I can be a part of it. I mean, you guys throw a drawing out there where nobody even knew a drawing was going to happen. And basically, you're missing all these opportunities to promote things.
I agree with you there, and we're learning, and we're having help from you, which is awesome. We're learning a little bit more about the social media side of things, and hey, I'll be the first to tell you I don't use Facebook. If you look, I've posted probably in the last 5 years or 4 years, whatever. I've posted 3 or 4 times on Facebook total. I just haven't done it. I don't know really how. Don't understand the tagging part of it. Is what it is. But I got too many people that I know that are sucked into Facebook and spend more of their day doing Facebook than they do working.
That's a whole. We're drifting. We're drifting. Facebook is a pain in the ass for that kind of stuff. But I know we've got Livewire vans that are out there, and I know they just actually had a grand opening on a Livewire store in Downey, and Downey's like right down the road from our office. I really just can't believe that instead of just having a picture from in front of a Shell station every once in a while, that we can't put up an actual event that's going to happen somewhere to where when the truck was going to be at the Shell station, people in that area could, you have a friend in that area, you could send them a thing. There's just got to be a way to get some more content on them sites. I'm not asking to share inside information. I'm pushing just sharing things that are going on. No, not I'm talking to Pilot, because you wouldn't even want to tell somebody that. That's not what I'm looking for.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, people want to have, when I talk to them, when the investors call, they want to know what I'm doing. They ask questions. Well, what are you working on? What do you got going? You know what I mean? And I can't share that is what I'm saying. But that's what people are. They say that we're not being upfront about what's going on because we don't share what we're doing, and they just can't.
I don't think that's not being not upfront. I just think it's not communicating effectively. I don't think that you need to tell people everything. I don't think that you can tell people everything. But I do feel that really, you guys, some of the biggest assets the company has is the vans. When's the last time that there's been an event set anywhere where somebody could go see that van and see it there passing out people? It doesn't happen. There's never been a posting on there about it. It's like Mud Run all of a sudden when the Mud Run happens. There's no plan for the Mud Run and put out on your blog. I mean, you've got all these forms of communication out there that we're not using.
I agree with you. I agree 100%.
So it sounds like you're willing to use some things, and it just takes time, and none of us have enough of it, is what the answer is almost, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the thing is like I said before, if we had an unlimited supply of money, right, and could build an unlimited supply of staff like these companies that are venture funded all the time with 30, 40, 50, 80, $100 million, so they can use that much money for a long period of time, then it's a little bit different story. But unfortunately, we don't have that kind of capability or flexibility to be able to just you throw enough money at a problem, you can make the problem go away.
Sometimes you just make it bigger.
You could, but I'm just saying, you got these people that are, the big venture capital companies that are funding a lot of these tech ventures, these new websites and social things and whatnot. They're getting 30, 40, 50, 80, $100 million invested into them. You can hire a lot of people, and you can do a lot of things if you have a lot of money. If you fund the company with less than $1 million a year, it takes a lot longer to do it for you, and people become frustrated sometimes before it happens. That's the trouble, It's if it wasn't for guys like Bill and myself that have a dream, the company would go nowhere, because who's going to work for what we're working for?
Well,
So I was gone for a few minutes there. I'm not sure what I missed, but based on the last 30 seconds, it sounds like you got to go on Shark Tank and sign up Mark Cuban or the QVC lady, or even what's his face with the he wants 5 cents for every chew you sell.
The thing is that they won't even allow you on Shark Tank because we're public. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They want to take companies public. You know, they don't want to fund companies that are public. You know, they want to take advantage of a situation. That's why it's called Shark Tank, of somebody that's super desperate that they can, use their ability to help a good idea and make a ton of money. They can make 500 times their money. That's what they want.
actually, something like that might be a good idea on a different kind of a notion where you can sell them the whole production idea. You can sell them on the idea that, yeah, public company, yeah, it's OTC, and it's a penny at that. I mean, you might be able to sell them on the idea that it's such a good thing you wanted to go NASDAQ.
It might, but in order to do that, there's other financing things. You saw Muscle Farm did, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that basically maybe you offer Shark Tank the opportunity to step into that next level and to go from taking private companies public to taking OTC companies big board.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's like I say, it's
Well, everything's a far shot, but it's also just an email, and that's where, man, I don't see the company out there where, I mean, geez, man, we should be in everybody's grill. That's all. I just think we should be in everybody's grill.
and I'm working on some of those things. It's a challenge, though. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people. I get a lot of venture funds called me. A lot of people want to loan us money. A lot of people want to. It's crazy. I mean, the money's expensive is the problem, so we turn a lot of it down. I mean, they want big dilution packages and they want instant liquidity and that sort of thing. They don't want to have. Very few people will come in and say, hey, you know what, I'm willing to give you what the market's at today, and I'll give you a couple years to build. All I want is downside protection, right? You give me downside protection so that when 2 years comes up and I can't get my money out, you give me protection that I can get my money back, through anti-dilution or something like that. But people aren't willing to throw that kind of money out there under those restrictions. They say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $100 grand. You're going to give me stock in 6 months at 50% of the market price, okay? And that's how I'll make my money back, and I'll be out at that point,
Well, I'm glad we don't do much of that.
Yeah.
It seems in the past,
But if you do, I mean, it's the quickest way to death. I mean, you have to fund, but you got to be careful on how you do it. And Bill's done a really good job of managing it. I mean, that's the thing. He's done a good job of managing the debt structure, and most companies that came public, when we came public in 2011, are 0001 stocks right now. Look them up. There's very few penny stocks that did a reverse merger in September 2011. There might not be another one that's over a penny a share besides us. And that doesn't have 1 billion shares. I told you, go look up. You got your computer in front of you? Look up STB.
No, I don't have my computer in front of me.
No, but look up STB. STB. Come on, look it up. Sam.
STD?
Sam, Thomas, Boy, Victor.
Hang on a sec here. Let me do a screen share and I'll just show it. Okay. What is it? STB.
V. Strategic. It's like strategic something or another. 0001, right? Strategic Global.
Yeah.
Okay. How many shares are outstanding?
Less than ours.
What?
It's not updated, I'll bet. I don't. That's another thing I'll say to anybody that buys stocks, and I've said it before on my Stock Gambles channel and many other places. Don't never believe what Google or E-Trade or anybody like that tells you about how much is out.
16. I think they have about 16, between 12 and 16 billion shares outstanding now.
Well, the average volume for 30 days is 72 million shares, so unless they're turning over 65% of their shares every day.
Look and see what they have.
We're going. I'm just slow. Jesse's not doing his job here. This is Jesse's part.
Hey, I'm slacking.
What is that, 100 billion?
Oh, that's it?
Authorized. How many outstanding?
300 billion?
No. Up above. Outstanding.
Not going there. 35 billion.
35 billion. Okay, last December, they had less than 100 million shares outstanding.
Yeah, they got about the same market cap as us, I see. Actually, we got a lower one. That sucks. Yeah? So what do they do?
It's a dilution machine. It's just a dilution machine. They do a ton of volume, and they talk about all the stuff that they're doing, and people are buying 0001 stock, and that's what they're raising money with. They're doing a Reg A filing, and they just got a ton of volume coming in, and they're getting the money to come into the company, and the guy that is the CEO of that company is bringing a lot of money into the company and probably writing himself a paycheck. You know, it's a dilution machine.
He's got that same big fake pop that Live before it was really traded much.
Now, when was that?
About the same time that Livewire had its, where it wasn't even really on the market yet, and it was $3.50 a share. These guys are the same at 5, and they probably had number of shares like you are saying that they've. I mean, it shows 121 here. That's usually never more than a year out of whack. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have went down. There's 14 and 15. There's a quarter. And a lot of it kind of followed along the lines.
But like go to December. Go to last December, 2013. What was it at? Like 0035 or something, or 005?
004, yeah.
Right? And now it's at 0001, and they've gone from literally like 100 million or something shares out there to 30 billion shares in the float.
Well, see, now when I look at something like this, I think that dilution is a lot of the reason why it's went down. I mean, it becomes an obvious type of a thought for a guy.
But it can't go any further down. It can't go to 4 zeros or 5 zeros or 6 zeros.
Oh,
but
sure. Give them a little while. They'll reverse split it and start over, right?
Yeah, that's what they'll do. It's exactly what they'll do. Yep.
Huh. I haven't looked up them much.
Okay. See, all I'm saying is that that's the kind of stuff that the market is known for. And, you know, people say, hey, you know, gee whiz, what are they doing? And blah, 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 blah for Livewire or something, you know. We aren't a dilution machine like that, you know. We're not. It's not management getting all kinds of money, you know. Unfortunately, I wish it was.
Well, I wish I knew where it was going because I know mine all left.
All right, so let me ask you this then, Tony. Since you said Bill's done a good job of, you know, preventing dilution that wasn't necessary and, you know, trying to preserve shareholder value. You know, the authorized shares was just increased to 200 million.
Yep.
So I know the question everybody wants to know is, what are you going to spend all those shares on? And that's kind of a ridiculous question because I'm sure you don't even know yet. I'm sure something will come up, or a bill or something that's got to get paid. And but
It's
what's being
I thought Bill didn't get paid.
It's in order to in order to have some flexibility in financing, right? If you're up against the max amount of shares that you can issue, right? We have 139 million shares issued and 150 million shares authorized, right? If you have no liquidity, then if somebody comes to you and wants to do something and you have no ability to do it, you could either miss a deal, okay? Or it could be considered a sign of weakness, and you could be a target for takeover or anything like that.
We can't be taken over. You guys have special shares. Come on now.
No, there's ways though. Okay, trust me. There's ways. There's different things that somebody could do to force different kind of voting. There's all kinds of stuff that could ultimately happen if somebody owned a big enough pile. Okay. I mean, there's a poison.
So basically, we could band together and push you guys out.
No, you couldn't band together, but you could have, if somebody owned, if one person went and accumulated 40 million, 50 million share block, right? That person could probably use some special SEC rules, right? That could force a true shareholder vote instead of a board vote requirement. I mean, there's some rules that fall into different areas based on control.
Have you guys ever thought about having some kind? Go ahead, Jesse.
Oh, no, go ahead. I think I like what you're doing.
No, I want to hear you.
Okay, well, I guess there's two things. I mean, number one is, so it was just raised to 200. What's to prevent you guys from raising it to 250 or 300 or what was that other one? 100 billion?
There's nothing to prevent it, but here's the thing: if you're raising money at a rate that is better than the share price, that's non-dilutive, and cash is coming in, you're fine. If you're raising money at a rate below market and it becomes severely dilutive, like STBV did, right? Then
Canavest.
Then you're hurting shareholder value. Or Canavest, yeah, it's a good example. Canavest, and Canavest is raising money at $1 share when their share price was $160.
Yeah, you could buy in for I think it was $2-3 or something. I know Bruce Perlowin. I think he was buying a lot. I remember seeing a thing on that. They all them guys got a lot of them. I like some of them stocks that it came down that far. I guess I like Canavest as low as it is. I got high hopes someday. I guess I haven't bought any. I don't own it, but I wanted to.
I don't own it either, and I think that it could theoretically. Rowan Ventures, has all that stock that they got for 60 cents a share, and they're the biggest reason why the stock is $3 now, in my opinion, because they have come out from $160 to $200, and they've come out of probably a big portion of their holdings. I'm thinking,
Interesting. Jesse, you were still going somewhere with that, I think.
I mean, yeah. So hypothetically, or let's just say you guys don't want to raise the authorized shares anymore. What's the plan to keep that from happening? And hopefully, a better answer than every shareholder needs to buy one bag of chews.
We all buy a bag of chews, and we won't have to sell no more shares.
Hey, that's the best answer. That's the best answer there is. What I'm saying is that we gotta generate revenue, right? Obviously, that's our goal.
Well, sure, but what kind of revenue? I mean, are we talking 10 million? Are we talking 5 million? What are we looking for?
Well, you have to be somewhat realistic in growth. Okay, over the next several quarters, we're hoping to hit growth figures that are in the double digits range, and then hopefully momentum will take over, and when momentum takes over, then growth will come at triple digit ranges eventually. I mean, if you look back at when 5 Hour Energy launched that product in 2005, Okay? By the time 2008 rolled around, they had still not sold a lot of product, and they had product on the shelves. I have friends that had stores, and they had stuff on the shelves that was a year and a half, 2 years old that was dust that didn't sell, you know? And then all of a sudden, in 2008, it started selling, and they went from doing, you know, nearly nothing to like 30 million in revenue. And in 2008 till now, they've gone to like a 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 billion clip in 5 years, you know? So it just exploded overnight. You know, it's just what it takes. You got to get enough people to buy into the fact that, first off, let's face it, Red Bull was the king, right? And then Monster became a big player, and then 5 Hour became a big player, and now 5 Hour is as darn near as big as Monster is, right? And yeah. Red Bull is still the biggest volume company out there, you know, out of all those deals. So, you know, once people start buying into it and they start taking the product and enjoying it and telling their friends about it or buying a pack and, you know, getting other people, you know, engaged, right, and being productive, then I think that things turn around in a positive way. Other than that, it becomes, you know, we're going to launch some new products. You can't be a one-trick pony and be ultimately successful, I don't think. You know, it's a rare company that can have only one product and really drive that kind of revenue. You know? Yeah. Monster. Remember, Monster owns, they own probably at least 10 or 15 brands. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know, so between all the natural beverages and stuff that they own, brands, because it used to be Hansen's Natural.
Hansen's. Yeah, I wish. You know, I was just into stock back in that day, and my big pick right before that by quite a while was Apple, and I bought Marvel and Golden Books, and man, I was all over Hansen, and I didn't buy it, but it was just that's the kind of stocks I like, something that they were beat down and depleted in the late 90s, man.
Right. You know, when I was a stockbroker in 1987, I bought Apple.
Holy shit, when?
1987.
Wow.
I wish I would have kept it.
Yeah, no joke. I bought it in, I bought 94 for $8.50 or $8.75 a share, and I kept it through 2 splits, most of it, and then I bought a house and kind of, Apple was such a good buy by the time it was done, it was pitiful. I don't like it now that much. I think it's crazy, and honestly, I think their new products are just pretty unimaginative. But
yeah, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I know you don't.
So let's look at the next. Let's look at the next thing, though. If you look at you know, Hansen's, right, and Monster, the deal that Monster made with Coca-Cola, right? Monster is taking over all the marketing for all of Coca-Cola's energy products.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That was about 3 weeks ago or so, huh?
That was huge.
But
huge deal. That's awesome.
But they're going to do the marketing of energy, which they're good at. So they're going to take Coca-Cola, I think, has like Redline and some other stuff, you know, and they're going to take over all that marketing of those brands, and Coca-Cola is going to take over all the marketing for the Hansen Natural product. All the soda lines are going to be done by Coke's people, because they are experts in that, and Monster, or Hansen people, you know, whatever, are going to do all of the energy products that Coke sells. That's a pretty smart deal for them. It's going to make both of them very, 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 very successful, in my eyes.
And I think both of them are already very successful, so it'll be even bigger.
But Coke hasn't made any money in their energy product lines. None.
I missed that last statement, Tony.
I said Coke hasn't made any money in those energy lines that they have.
Yeah, their energy lines, their products kind of suck. I think they had NOS, which was the best one or something. I don't know of that for sure, but I know their first one was kind of just like...
I think they own 5 or 6 of them, though. They own Redline and...
Yeah, they own quite a few.
NOS and a bunch of stuff. So, But I'd be willing to bet that those products start picking up market share. You know.
Oh yeah, with Monster pushing them, plus Monster's got the shelf space and everything, they can just make them come in right between them.
Yep. It's an easy deal for them. It's an easy deal for them.
So the question is, who's out there for us like that?
I was just going to say, guys, all this talk about drinks, I'm getting a little thirsty and go for a nice juice drink.
A juice drink? What kind of juice drink?
I don't know, hopefully something made by Livewire.
Yeah. Hey, is there actually, do we have a Dia Slim?
Yeah, we have a DS Slim in stock.
It's for sale.
Yep.
Buy it on Amazon, right?
Yep.
Or on the website?
It's not on our website, no.
Oh, okay. So buy it on Amazon.com.
Yep.
Okay, I know that I've had people asking which products. So the products that are available in the probiotic is the Dia Slim and the 7-Day Probiotic.
By Livewire, yep.
Cool. Well, honestly, I don't know who's showed up, who's watched. I've got lots of messages from some of my subscribers on Facebook, and I appreciate everybody watching, and I just want to make sure.
I got a question before we let Tony get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tony seems to know a lot about stocks. I want to know what your stock pick is for the week. I need to go make some money because...
And we can't have any of the umbrella companies.
Correct.
What my stock pick of the week is?
Yeah, I mean, and it can't be Livewire, can't be Apple Rush.
Nothing you're connected to here.
My stock pick of the week is Tesla.
I like Tesla.
What's that at now? I just can't believe how high that thing is.
I can believe it.
It doesn't matter how high it is. Elon Musk he's got hands of gold.
Yeah, he's the man. He's definitely the man for sure.
You know, I mean, anybody that can make a rocket ship and an electric car both be successful businesses, he's got my vote.
Man, that thing is sitting at 280 right now.
Holy shit, man! I was gonna buy it at around 30.
I was gonna buy it about 32. You know.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
All right, Nathan, how about you?
It's the best company right now. Green energy, building a new factory with Panasonic. The car's fantastic. I've sat in it. I want to drive one really bad. My brother-in-law drove one, and he said that the guy that took him for a ride told him to try to grab the radio when he stepped on the accelerator, and it threw him back in the seat so hard he couldn't reach the radio for the next like 9 seconds. That's how much G-forces it pushes.
Yeah, electric's all different. My dad was going to buy one. He was really interested. He's looking at a Quattro port or one of the Teslas, but I know what he'll do. He's going to go back with Mercedes, and whatever he gets, he had an E63 AMG, stinking $100,000 Mercedes 08. He drilled a hole in the hood and he put horns on that too. It looked cool too.
So is your dad a rancher?
He grew up there in Montana, and he bought back his part of his old ranch. He actually bought an island up in Montana now, and then me and him split a ranch over in the western part of the state. So we've got quite a few. None of them run any cows anymore. The only thing I've got as far as that goes is a beagle ranch.
A beagle ranch.
Yeah, tinybeagles.com for everybody. Yeah, buddy. And livewireenergy.com. You heard Tony. Tony, repeat your special there again.
What was my special?
I knew that was coming. Jesse, you want to repeat his special?
Everybody that goes and buys a subscription for any of our products will, in their little box, get a coupon code, and the coupon code they'll be able to pass out and be able to give a nice discount to people, along with earning a nice little commission on anything that anybody else buys with that coupon. And if anybody signs up with that coupon actually is a permanent fixture into their price, and you'll continuously get paid from that same person if they sign up on a monthly subscription. Pretty cool.
That's a annual commission. That's cool stuff. And I wanted to go to your website, actually, and kind of show what you mean there. There's a cool site you might want to check out. Come on now, load up. So, on there to, actually I'm going to go back to this one second. This is lwedistribution.com, and you can go there, and that's Jesse's site. And you've seen Mike on here. If you want to see more about him, click right up top, and you can buy it right from Jesse's site there. Then there's this here Cereal Marshmallows site and One Owner Car Guy, and you can actually see the beagles right there on Jesse's site, lwedistribution.com. And with that in mind, I'm going to go get exactly what I was going to show here to where we can see exactly. Tony, tell me what to do to get a subscription.
Okay, go on to Buy Now. There you go. Click on what are the product that you want.
Oh, okay, I clicked the main button. Hang on. The only thing that exists in my mind is Palmberry.
All right. Now you want to have a subscription to Palmberry?
That's not enough Palmberry. Don't you have it in a bag?
Yeah, go to the bag. Go to Buy Now and get a bag. Palmberry bag.
Oh, they're separate.
Now, Tony, you saw the way Nathan does the cereal marshmallows in that giant bag. Can you ship him a giant bag of Palmberry?
Dude, there's Palmberry right there. Now click a little button there that says subscribe me.
I could eat this bag in one day.
Hey, click a little bag that says subscribe me.
Oh, wait up. I did it wrong. Hang on.
Yeah. Check the check mark. There you go.
Okay, so here's why I did this and why I came this way. So if you want to get on this coupon deal and you want to actually get commissions when your friends buy, and you don't have to have a website, you don't have to have nothing. You just need this code. And your friend will come here to this website and they'll enter your code in here and they will get a discount, and to boot, you will get a commission. And the commission is ongoing forever as long as they keep buying. And they could give out that code to their mom, their dad, their cousin, who knows. But here's how you get it. Go to livewireenergy.com, go to Buy Now, pick the product you want, and like Tony's saying here, they hid this button and made it really, really hard and stupid to find. And they should just like make you have to uncheck it. I mean, that's not nice. You wouldn't have to want to do that to people. But check that little button there, and then add to cart. And from there, I'm going to shut up because I don't know. Boom! It shows up like that now. So I'm going to do nothing at this point because actually I need some. Where do you put in? There it is. And I'm not going to be so whatever as to my
discount. Put my code in there. Put my discount code in there.
No, nobody's discount codes. Nobody.
Hey, Tony, what number is at the end of your code?
No. We don't need to say anybody's codes. It's wrong. We're going to have people sign up.
002.
Seriously, like you want to steal customers from people that you're going to actually give this code to?
It doesn't matter. Somebody pays that close attention to this video after 4 hours. Give me a break.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I think the best thing to do at that point is say, good night, Tony. I'm kicking you off. Say good night.
Hey, no. Go buy that.
Say good night.
No.
Okay, Tony is gone.
No.
Oh, damn it, I didn't eject you. I'm going to figure out here. Eject your ass. You're out.
You don't know how to.
No, I'm not going to eject him. But
anyways, what I was getting at was the fact that, hey, if you put that little code in there, it'll show up as a discount. You know?
Yeah, I know. And you gave them yours. They
can use your code. What's your code?
I'm not going to give my code because I'm not trying to. I'm not going to. That's just wrong, dude. I feel honestly, I feel that I'm going to have to go to mass tonight.
I feel I'm going to have to ask for forgiveness too. You know.
So go there, enter your code that they'll get you whatever. You won't have a code here, and you cannot enter the code. And that was part of the point here. If you're going here to get this special and you want to get signed up into this thing, You can't get the discount and give a discount and all this and get this special. This is actually going to be something that Tony's going to have on there, and it's going to be a system that you can sign up for to where you can resell this, and you can make a good profit at it if you promote it right. And that's the whole point of it. You can't use a code on this. You use a discount code, you won't get into that program. You got to pay full price to get that discount code. That's his special. This monthly deal. That's right, Tony, right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I was trying to save there, and whatever. I don't think Tony's trying to get a commission off nobody or whatever. That's not the point.
Oh my God, no. I was trying to get a commission off of you. I was making fun of you.
I know. If there's not some good back and forth and stuff, then it's not even fun, I don't think. And I'd rather be given a hard time and give a hard time than just sit around and like not giving a hard time. It's just not fun. So cool, we got it.
Well,
that's how they do it.
If we're giving you a hard time, then Nathan, listen. If we're giving you a hard time, then for Livewire to become profitable, they just need to sell you some tab.
Dude, if they were a tab distributor, honestly, I don't know if you've seen my videos, but like I made a video once. I fill up my back seat in my trunk. I order it a pallet at a time from the local Albertsons, because when it goes on special for like $2.47 a case, you can hardly buy Sam's Club for that. So, but that's the deal. I showed you guys. I'll close this part of it out. Go there, buy whatever you want. No discount code to get this special. If you want to use that discount code he gave you, I'm sure you can. You just won't get enrolled into this program where you get commissions. You got to pay the extra couple bucks. And like Tony said, I went for the 30 bag. He was totally fine with you spending $13.99 and getting into this thing. Whatever you sign up for and check that box on into a monthly thing, you'll get into this system. So,
man, spend the $9.99 and pick up the probiotics. They taste fantastic.
Are they good?
Oh, they're so good.
You know, I haven't cracked mine open yet. I left it to where I could kind of take some pictures of the bottle shrink wrapped, and I hadn't done it yet. But what did you try? The berry? You tried them both, it sounds like, huh?
No, I tried the lemon lime. I am not a huge berry guy, so I will try that one second. Once I get to the lemon lime one, but it is
grapefruit.
What's that, Tony?
I asked Jesse if he eats grapefruit.
I do not.
No.
Why?
Bill took the berry one, I think he said, and he sprinkled it on his grapefruit and ate it, and it was really good.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Can you ask Bill where the video is? I want to see that on YouTube.
I'll sprinkle it on the grapefruit?
Yeah.
I'll ask him. I'll have him video it.
We're just looking for anything from Bill. We're like, please, Bill, put out some content. He's got all the booty girls around. What's up? How come we don't see Bill like big pimping with like bitches everywhere?
We gotta have more than 12 people watching.
For what now? For Bill to have a picture of himself with a bunch of these women around?
No. We have to have more than 12 people watching to make it worth something.
Well, I'll put it this way. You got to get to be a bigger company to get more than 12 people to want to watch, and you got to connect with them better to get them to come over here. I can put one on my channel, and I'll get 10 times as people watching.
Yeah, I know it. You kill me.
We just don't have enough people out there.
Yeah.
But, okay, not yet, and I'm sure more investors will come on board, and that's definitely what we're looking to do. Well, cool. We gave a shout out to Jason tonight, and if Jason Combs wanted to talk about that crowdfunding thing, that'd be awesome. Contact Jesse or me. We'd love to have you on the Strainer Show and talk about some of that, because that'd be big things for any OTC company, for sure. But anything else, Tony, that you're into talking about here?
Well, I'm tired. Remember, it's 11:30 here. It's only 8:30 by you, man. I'm a little tired.
We got to watch out. You can't be taking Livewire energy and then getting tired like 45 minutes later, dude. It's just not good.
No, I take enough caffeine. I told you it doesn't matter. Caffeine doesn't affect me that way anymore.
It doesn't affect me that way anymore either. I've made caffeine pills and stuff for years, and I think I've probably had 200-300 milligrams since this here started.
Yeah, I only had one chew tonight, but I mean during the day I had 4 or 5 of them. So, and then I also drank probably 3 pots of coffee at Starbucks today.
Gluten-free coffee.
Yeah,
hey, is there such a thing?
Yeah, all coffee's gluten-free.
Is it really?
There's no.
I didn't know that. I'm not a glutenator.
There's no wheat in coffee.
I know there's no wheat in coffee.
That's what gluten is. Gluten is the protein in coffee. I mean, gluten is the protein in.
Hey, that's all right. Tony's tired.
Gluten is the protein in wheat.
This is when we really should be pushing him, Jesse.
Yeah.
You might confuse me.
Well, cool, Tony. Awesome. I want to let you get to bed, and I want Jesse to stick around for a sec after, real quick at least. And I just wanted to make sure that say thank you, Tony. It's been awesome having you on the show, and I'm hoping that he'll do it again sometime. I've talked to him about kind of going over a couple stocks sometimes or stuff like that. And not only that, me and Jesse have more of a social type thing we did the other night with Mike, and me and Dave Generek and a couple people from the Cereal Marshmallows thing did some stuff. So we might have some regular shows on this channel and also some stock stuff, and Tony's input will be awesome on that. We also heard tonight, besides talking about maybe see if Jason wanted to, also Bill. Tony said he's going to check and try to get Bill lined up for next Thursday. If we do that, I'm also going to say that you might have noticed that these streams don't get advertised until like an hour to 3 beforehand. It's going to be a lot closer to where we're at least a day or two ahead of time, and we've got them put up ahead of time now that everybody's on the same page. So cool. I'm just going to like shut up, leave Tony to say whatever the hell he wants, because we really appreciate him explaining all this stuff and being good-natured about the back and forth and everything. And I talk to Tony a lot on the phone, and I come at him in a different way here, kind of hard on that. I'm just a whack job like that. That's just how I talk and everything. And Tony has gotten to know how I talk, or I wouldn't be giving him such a hard time like that. But
And I'm
Tony,
not offended. And I'm not offended easily, am I?
no, you're not. And I didn't think you were, and that's why I'm like, I'm mostly, it's a friendly thing. So, Tony, the floor is all yours. I'm going to shut up, and you say anything you want. Well, no, leave me out of it.
I am gonna sign off. Peace.
Awesome. Have a good night, man.
Night.
We'll talk. Hey, do you think he can get himself up there? He did! So, that was a lot different than the last live stream, huh?
Oh man, good stuff. And what are we going on, 3 hours now?
Probably something like that. I'll tell you what, dude, and I'm just that way. At the beginning, man, I was getting frustrated, dude. I didn't have anything to say, and I was running, and you know where I stuck you with it the last time. I didn't have anything to say, and I was running out of stuff, and I was frustrated at the beginning because I couldn't get a sound check. I didn't know if I could hear you, so I was getting really worried. But I think it all turned out great.
Like I said, I am using my tonight. I couldn't get to my desktop, and I didn't know how to turn on the speaker that's attached to the webcam on here, so I was trying to talk to you, and you weren't getting any sound from me, so you were going nuts, and it's kind of funny to watch.
I'll bet. You know, I'm looking down the clock, and I'm seeing like 5:28, and I'm like, fuck, and I think, you know, the whole thing about it is I think I know you're talking to Tony, because I'm going from thumbs up and thumbs down, and I'm hoping there's no lag, and I got the wrong up and the wrong down.
Well, that's what she said.
That's exactly what she said. She is just tenacious like that, I tell you. But anybody who's watched, I would like to make sure that you could come back and be on the show if you want. We're allowed to have up to 10 people here. I probably won't do more than 6 or 7 because it might get hard to keep track of at first. But before Thursday, we will have some kind of other show, whether it's in the middle of the day or whether it's at night, and it'll be about pretty much nothing but whatever you want to talk about. So make sure and keep an eye on the Cannabis Strainer page on Facebook. Keep an eye on the Livewire Ergogenics page on Facebook. They have a lot going on, and I know I really busted Tony's balls about being more public about some things, and I'm not talking about inside information. I'm just talking about stupid stuff. But that was Tony, huh?
Yeah, I was just refreshing the...
I thought he was back. I thought, whoa, he's back.
I want to say thank you to Tony for coming on and taking your beating, and thank you for Mike from Hardcore Vitals for popping in there for a little bit. He's a really good guy. If anybody has a chance to find him on Facebook, go talk to him. You know, awesome to talk to. Yeah,
check out his website, Hardcore Vitals. I know I've known him for 6 years now almost. He bought a couple bags of cereal marshmallows from me. and it was definitely a long-term thing. I actually ran into him and stopped in Vegas. They let me stay in their suite with my ex and my dog and everything, and definitely an interesting deal. I just went back to the page, and I see we have some questions from Bob and some other people, but now Tony's gone, so we missed them. And actually,
Well, I think if we can get Tony and/or Bill on next week, we can probably throw. I mean, we answered some of those questions, and maybe throw the rest of them out there.
yeah. Yeah, I know you was reading some from a list somewhere, and I was wanting to ask you if you had gotten some from somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even from the list. It's some of them that are just, out there. Like, I know the 200 million share question is, he doesn't know what he's going to spend shares number 190 to 192 on, but, I think it's a pretty reasonable question to say, do you think you'll be able to become cash flow positive, or at least not need to use dilutive financing?
I think it's a great question. I like to see him on the spot. I like to see him answering the question to where I can kind of do like poker and judge what I think from what he's saying of it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got some good information, and
oh yeah,
I'd love to get Bill on here.
You'd love to get what?
I'd love to get Bill on here.
Yeah, well, I think for sure. Well, we had talked, and I know he had said that Bill was wanting to, and I told him, this is when we were talking about getting this thing going yesterday. I was like, Tony, I don't think you want to use Bill up, man. I mean, we got to make sure we can all get on here, and if we can all get on here and get this thing going right, I think it'd be awesome. And yeah, I think it will be really neat to get Bill on here and talk to him. And awesome. I'll ask you, well, what do you think on Jason? That'd be a neat thing too, huh?
Yeah, I hope he's listening and hears this and gets the message. I think a lot of the stuff he's doing with Adia when he was running it was pretty cool. And I mean, if you look on Adia's website, some of the commercials they have out on YouTube are fantastic. And he's posted about the companies, the Homeland Forensics and stuff. I'd love to hear more from him without him being tied down to a bunch of letters on a page. I mean, you get a completely different picture when somebody's talking to you.
Oh, 100%. And even if it's not what you want to hear, or like with Tony, it might not be able to answer the question, but it's definitely neat to be able to talk about it and hear it in person. I hope more people come and actually want to ask the questions and get involved. I mean, it doesn't take much to buy a $10 headset. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, with a little more promotion for next time, too, I think we can get quite a bit on here, and who knows, maybe we can even let the Adia shareholders tie up Jason.
It'd be neat to that's another whole different thing where I'm sure there's questions from Adia that, like, I'm not even thinking of here that, Jason might have some insight on. It would be interesting as well.
Well, we'll have to see if he gets to us. I like it.
So do we wait for him? We'll have to like bombard him with emails.
There we go. We'll just fill up his spam box.
There you go. Well, cool, dude. I don't know nothing else. Anything else you want to mention before we all go goodbye-bye?
No, it's 11:40, and I have work at 7 a.m., so I'm not doing the 4 a.m. gym thing like Mike, but I got to be up early.
You don't want to be like Mike?
I can't be like Mike. There's only one Mike.
Well, cool stuff, man. Thanks a lot, Jesse, and this has been awesome. I mean, we're going to do it again, and I guess we'll figure out for Bill and release that a lot farther ahead of time.
Yeah, sounds good, and we'll get Jason in there, too. I like it. Maybe we'll do something during the week and maybe throw Mike in there again, or Cigar Obsession, or something.
Brian's really good on, too. He was working tonight. He would have stopped by, and he's really cool to add. And anybody else that wants to. Stockbroken, you were on here a lot asking questions last time. Awesome. Definitely get a headset, get on board. Even if you ain't got a headset, I will try to put you on board as long as we don't get an echo and whoever is on is quick enough to start muting things different places to where we can make it work. You don't even need a headset. 100%.
And I think the cool thing everybody should keep in mind is, this doesn't have to be beat up Tony or beat up Bill. Maybe beat up Bill. I'm kind of on board for that one, but Now, I mean, hey, listen, we could ask Tony what his favorite football team is, or, something like that. It doesn't have to be, 100% business. Let's have some fun with it.
I'm all for that, and Tony's scared of getting too right or left on it, I think, on a lot of things, and I think Bill might end up being the same way. And that's where it's, I mean, even if they're just going to clam up about it, that's fine. That's all good. I mean, but still, just asking and getting the fun response and stuff is fun.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you can't go wrong with who's your favorite football team.
Oh, I don't know. You might.
I mean, listen, if you go out and you're trying to pick up a girl, do you ask the hard-hitting question first, or do you ease into it with, hey, I like your eyes, and ask her where she's from?
I usually say, come pick me up. Let's go somewhere.
All right, well, and how well does that work?
It works great, man. In fact, I was thinking about doing it here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, I love it.
Well, cool, man. Have a good night and stay out of trouble, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you later. OneOwnerCarGuy.com, LWEDistribution.com, LivewireEnergy.com, CannedSoup.com, and PrivateLabelHerbals.com. Don't forget BeaglesPocket.com. Visit them all. Visit any. Have fun.